All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Today is the Fed rate hike day. 2 p.m. today. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm pretty sure they're going to do 25 basis points. And then they're just going to be dovish during the actual press conference, is my guess. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, GameStop was fun. Snow. The meeting is at 2 p.m. today, or 2:30 is actually when the meeting is. We're going to do a poll. Hey, what's up, Kevin, Electro, Snow, DS, Yakuza, Bar? What's up, team? We're going to do a poll here like we always do. How much does the Fed raise today? We're gonna do 0 calls, 25 basis points expected, and then we're gonna do 50 basis points higher than expected. And then we're gonna do something else as an option. Let me know. Vote on the poll. Here's the poll right now. We got the poll live. Hey, what's up, Orkin? 25 and confirm more quantitative tightening. Yeah, maybe. I could probably agree with that. A lot of people are speculating that QE is back, so they might dispel some of those worries. And yeah. Yeah, maybe Bar. Yeah, Bitcoin up to 28.3, hit 28.6s yesterday. What's up, Raphael Kidx? Yeah, today's fun, man. All right, guys. Tesla up to 199. Yeah, I think 25 is pretty likely. I think Walmart certainly do 25. Tesla, yeah, Tesla tapping 199 right now. Just broke over 199. Still moving up. The SPY is at 398. Still looking very strong, honestly. SPY basically at 400s. GameStop with a huge rip yesterday, man. What a surprise for GameStop, bro. GameStop lying up, man. Surprising. All right, guys. So, hey, that's what's up, Kelly. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I went from having 10% in blue chips to 90% in blue chip stocks. Thanks, bro. Hey, you're welcome, dude. I'm telling you, man. Like I've been through people think I'm just a penny stock hater, bro. I'm really not. I have been through the entire thing myself. I have been through I have been through people like I've been through it. Hold on. I've been through the whole thing. Like I've done the whole process that other traders are running into. So I've done it with experience. Like I understand. Like penny stocks, they can be misleading. Like you can think you're going to get rich. You can think that you're doing the right thing. You can think that you're investing like blue chips, like you're just some good investor into these companies that you know something different that everybody else doesn't know about these terrible penny stocks. And that can kind of trick your brain into thinking you're making the right decision investing in penny stocks. You're not. Okay? That decision is wrong. All right. The better decision is to stick all your money in large cap blue chip companies. Uh that's it. Again, we can argue it's not. I get it, but a large majority of blue chips are going to do okay over the long run. Even somebody yesterday brought up IBM. They were like, "Oh, well, that's what people said about IBM." And my follow up to that was, "Well, let's look at IBM then." Okay, so here's IBM over the last. Let's see. A more reasonable one is to look at IBM over the last. Let's see over the lifetime of IBM. If you would have invested into IBM, 20 years ago. All right. Let's see. Let's go in. This thing has gone essentially from $9.70. And again, in the 90s, this thing was at anywhere between 30 $40 to $9. So this was a blue chip in the 90s, okay? When this thing started to really pop off. In the mid 80s, this thing was a blue chip. It did IPO as a blue chip, similar to some blue chips nowadays, right? And it went from essentially $30 all the way down at $9 all the way to right now it's about 130. And so the worst performing stock that people can bring up with regards to blue chips over the last 30 years did what? What is that? Let's call it 30. Did 400% in those 30 years. The worst performing one, you know? And so that's the point is that like even the blue chips that historically perform poorly relative to other ones are still going to make you a good amount of money. Like yeah, sure, they were at 200 and now they're at 130s, boohoo. You know what I mean? Like who cares, man? Like it's still up 400-500%. If you look at it from the lows at nines, so if you use my strategy of buying up blue chips when they're really really extended on the downside, you're going to be up 100% plus, or you're going to be up 1,000% roughly from $9 all the way over 100. So yeah, I mean the point is blue chip investing is the easiest way to keep up with inflation. Is really what it is. It's keeping up with inflation over the life of your life. That's what it is. It's keeping up with inflation. I know a lot of people don't understand that, but that's the point. Um, and so that's what you got to do. You got to keep up with inflation. All right, guys. So SPY ripping back up at 398. All right, we're gonna get some music playing in a second. Yeah, I got you, bar. Hold on one second. Uh, all right, guys, Nike. I almost bought this one after the earnings dip, but I stopped myself. I don't know whether I should have. It's kind of break even now. Yeah, I don't know about the market today. Um, yeah, GameStop up to 25.50 right now, man. Yeah, well, good luck, MS. Hey, it's all good, brother. It happens, man. Yeah, the market might be crazy. Again, I think a lot of people. There's a lot of speculations going on with the market, and I get it, bro. I don't know what to think about the market either. Um, Again, I think there's two possible outcomes today. I think one of the possible outcomes is the Fed could do 25 basis points and then be bullish because of bank fears and problems. You know, so I think they could announce zero rate hikes, but I think that's less likely. I think they're probably going to do 25 basis point rate hike, and then I think they'll probably be bullish and say dovish things during the press conference. But maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite. I think 25 basis points. If their inflation target is 2%, somebody said this earlier, and I absolutely agree. If their inflation target is 2%, then we're still pretty far away from that. We're at 6% right now, and so the Fed they could do 25 basis points and then be hawkish as well. I think one of those two outcomes. I think it's going to be 25 or bullish and 25 or bearish. I lean more to the bullish side because of the bank problems going on. All right, guys. So yeah, Tesla pulling back a little bit now. Is there justified by the dip? Okay, my bad, guys. Let me get the music. All right. Can y'all hear the music? Yeah, sorry. I was looking at something. Let me get the music playing. My bad, guys. Don't get mad. One of my favorite parts of the morning is when I wake up and I listen to actual music, not this. I like epidemic sounds. I'm not saying I don't like epidemic sounds, but I've heard the songs already. You know, uh, you know what I mean. So one of my favorite parts of the morning is waking up and listening to actual music. So I might have been procrastinating it this morning. There you go. All right, you should be able to hear the music now. Let me know if you can. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY slightly red in pre-market, but huge green day yesterday. Again, it's the second green day in a row for the market. The fourth green day in the last 5 days. So yeah, you'll love to see it. Market's flying back up. And yeah, Fed rate hike day today, man. Honestly, it should be a really fun day, man. You get the soothing sounds of John in the morning with elevator music. You're welcome. What number is big for Bitcoin? I don't know. I think it'll depend. I think I think it depends. Yeah, GameStop up to 25.50s right now. Crazy good, man. Good for GameStop, bro. I'm happy for it, man. I want to see it continue that. But yeah, it's rate hike day today, guys. Will the market bounce or will the market drop? We did a poll number. Let's look at the poll responses here. So a large majority of people, as they should be, expect 25 basis points. I think that's almost certain to happen. I think if we don't do 25, we're going to do 0. I don't think we're going to do 50 because I think with the banking problems right now, FRC, WAL, Silicon Valley Bank, I think all those problems in banking are going to discourage the Fed from doing 50. So I think we're either going to do 25, which is the most likely, or 0, which is a little bit less likely, but still possible. I don't think we're going to do 50. I think if we did 50, it would be a jolt to the system. It would be a shock. Everybody would be shocked. Hey, thank you, Snow. Appreciate it, man. Hey, what's up, Bonda? Good morning. Yeah, I think 0 is possible, but less likely. Yeah, it will send the markets flying. In terms of actual earnings today, I don't think we have any big earnings today. The biggest earnings report this week was yesterday with GameStop, and we covered that. And GameStop flying up from that, up to 25 plus. We got Affirmed, Gambling.com. We've got General Mills earnings tomorrow, Funware in the evening, Quest. Nothing really big, though. These are all pretty small. Earnings season really doesn't start until next month, to be honest. So earnings season really doesn't start until April, late April in that. Aside from that, we don't really have any big earnings reports coming out. Nothing that we're going to necessarily stream, at least Thursday. We got BlackBerry on Thursday. Has BlackBerry got a big enough following to make it worthwhile to cover? I guess is the question. We got skills.com too, maybe. Aside from that, though, there's just not really any big ones. Nope. Wednesday. Yeah, I don't think we really have any big earnings until like late April. I think the first one, Tesla earnings are like the 28th of next month. Chipotle. Maybe not. Let me see when Netflix earnings are. April 20th. So yeah, we still got. Oh wait, so yeah, Netflix earnings are actually going to be in mid-April. How did I miss that? Hold on, April 18th. Are they really? Okay, Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs, Ericsson, Bank of New York, Bank of America, Netflix. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah. All right, so Netflix is on Tuesday, the 18th of April. So that's not, and that's less than a month away. And then Tesla is the interesting one that everybody's waiting on, but that one's not until April 26th. How did I miss that one too? I feel like I just went through all these and I missed it. All right, so okay, so yeah, earnings season starts next month. But I don't think Tesla is confirmed yet. So I think we might have some more coming out after that. But yeah, so Tesla right now, 199. Yeah, we already did GameStop earnings yesterday. Yeah, well, Netflix is always the first big one that happens. Even though like Netflix is big, but like the problem with Netflix in terms of coverage is that Netflix just releases the video at 5 p.m. or whatever it is, right? So Netflix just releases the video, you know, a little bit different. So yeah, Netflix is a little bit different relative to the other ones, but that's okay. I really feel like YOLOing into Tesla now, but I'm kind of scared too. Good luck, man. I mean, I like Tesla. If I was going to do it, I'd wait for a small pullback first. Tesla's just at 199, 200. There's too much of a chance that it might pull back. Again, I really have no idea what's going to happen, though, and I'm bullish on Tesla, you know, overall. But just the way I trade, I usually look for little pullbacks first. Conspiracy theory on CNBC insinuating insiders that SVB crashed the bank to keep recent personal loans from the bank itself. Maybe, man. I heard something like that. I heard that the personal loans given out by the bank to the executives at the bank went up like big percentages before, you know, months leading up to the collapse of it, is what I heard for SVB. So I think if that's the case, I think that's good. I'm not going to say it's good for everybody. I'm saying I think that's good for sentiment, because that means that like what's going on right now isn't necessarily from unsustainable, you know, operations in banking, you know, and it's more so from the rate hikes and all that stuff. It basically, if it's really what it is, then that means that it's not from all that it's just from, you know, bad management, essentially, you know, or sketchy management at that. So again, I kind of hope that's true, because that would mean, I think that would be bullish for the market. Yeah, hey, GameStop profitable, man. They expected a 16-cent loss per share. They ended up profiting 16-cent in EPS. Beat on sales as well, 2.23 billion in sales versus 2.2 billion expected. So shout out to GameStop, man. They did great. The SPY at 398.50 here. You think the market crashes up today? Yeah, maybe, man. What's up, Pawn? What's up, man? Big day today, guys. FOMC day. You know, my real question is, why does October have 31 days
Or no, wait, what is it? Why does July and August both have 31 days?
You know, GameStop right at 25. 398.50s on the SPY. We got Tesla at 199. It's right around now. I need a pullback. If it pulls back to like 197s, I'll consider buying it for Tesla. Whoa, my guy, man. Thank you so much, dude. Wow. Thank you for your great work, John. I hope everyone makes a ton of money today. Good luck. Stay blessed. Hey, thank you so much, man. Wow, dude. Wow, man. Wow, bro, that's 335 US. Bro, thank you so much, man. That's one of the largest donations, like one of the largest single donations we've ever gotten. Here, we've gotten donations for a couple hundred, but this is one of the largest single donations that we've ever gotten, man. So thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Wow. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, dude. You're probably one of the largest donators we ever had, man. So thank you so much, dude. That's amazing, man. I don't know what to say. That's a huge donation, brother. I hope you thrive in the market, sir. Thank you so much, man. Means a lot, bro. Like I said, you want me to cover anything? Let me know, dude. I got you. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, thank you so much, dude. Okay, got you. Yeah, that's a ridiculous donation, man. Good thing I don't have to do push-ups anymore. Flashback, we used to do push-ups. We used to, you know, capitalism thrived at beginner trading. We used to sell push-ups for $1 a piece, right? And so every donation we get, we'd have to do however many push-ups. That brought us to one day we had $600 in donations. And I had to do 600 push-ups in one day. It took me until I literally sat there from 7 a.m. in the morning till 1 p.m. doing push-ups. And I did it. I did my 600 push-ups. The first 300 were easy, you know. I can do a bunch of push-ups, but once you break 300, you know, you need a long break in between them. But regardless, thank you so much, MS, man. Thank you so much, dude. That's amazing, man. Huge donation, brother. Thank you, man. I will leave this up on screen for a little while. Yeah. Mustard spoons, bro. The mustard, dude. I couldn't do that anymore. I genuinely hate mustard, dude. I genuinely hate mustard. I just can't eat it. GameStop bouncing at the VWAP at 24.90 here. Tesla at 198.90, pulling back a little bit. SPY right around that 200 moving average here. This is why you should watch this level too. Even if the liquidity is a little dried up, you know, you tend to get bounces off that 200 EMA level. So that's something I'm watching. Some good deep house. I don't know, bro. I was listening to AFI this morning. Girls Not Gray. Just a good song. Carol listened to it on the way home yesterday. I had it stuck in my head. I also listen to rap, though. So I have a pretty good mix of music I listen to. You know, UGK, you know, Pimp C, you know. I'm in Houston, so I got to listen to a little bit of that. But I grew up in the 90s, right? So I grew up in the punk rock era, you know. So a little bit of Metallica. Blink 182, Offspring, you know. Nowadays, I listen to a little bit of everything. A lot of Louisiana music. I'm from Louisiana, you know. But yeah, anyways, regardless, thank you so much for that huge donation, man. I listen to some house music. I listen to... Everybody hates on Skrillex, and I know that's not really house, but Skrillex has got some good songs, you know. Pop rock. Yeah, I mean, listen, I listen to some other stuff. I listen to some Avenged Sevenfold as well, you know. Yeah, Swisher House. Yeah, Mike Jones. Like I said, most of my music's Louisiana music though, but it varies. Yeah, bro, I'd get copyright striked in a second, Gia. Anyways, GameStop at 25.20s. We got Tesla at 198.80s. Bro, y'all can call it pop rock and that's okay. It's just good music. It's just, it's melodic. Pantera? Nah, never listen to them. Trust Company, Like I said, I grew up in the 90s. So really, if you want me to be completely honest, as hard as this is to be, I grew up in the 90s. So really, it was kind of like Limp Bizkit is what Linkin Park is really like, that's some of the rock I listened to was like Limp Bizkit, which is kind of like rap rock, really. It's kind of what started what we have now, I think. And everybody hates on Limp Bizkit. They had some good music, though. They genuinely did. It's been a long time since I listened to them, though, so maybe I just seemed good to me as teenager John, angsty John. But they had some good stuff, too. Ooh, coffee's good. $3.11, yeah, they're good. My daughter listens to that music with me now. All right, guys. Can you tell me what time it's going to be on Portuguese time, or at least how many hours left? You're in Portugal? Or are you in Brazil? Regardless, it's going to be, I don't know what Portugal time is. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the rate hike decision is going to be announced. Then the following press conference is going to be at 2:30. Yeah, Weezer's good. We listen to a lot of Weezer here in the family too, for sure. Yeah, I like Pumped Up Kicks too. Creedence Clearwater. I like some old rock too, man. Green River, Tom Petty. You know what I mean? Leonard Skinner, they're all good. I like all them. Tesla, 199. Let's see if it holds. Again, GameStop surprised at everybody. Actually swung to a profit. A lot of people were bearish too. A lot of people didn't like it. They expected a loss as well, but they just surprised everybody. Pulled to a profitable quarter here. The first profitable quarter they've had in 2 years for GameStop. Their revenue beat expectations as well, which was good. Yeah, Papa Roach. Yeah, listen. POD was good. Yeah, it was just a good time for music. The 90s, man. Early 2000s is really when it was. But yeah, it's super good, man. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one. Y'all are. There's a lot of people here my age, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all can make fun now, but like y'all know. Good luck, Raphael. Yeah, guys, SPY 398.30s. Tesla still trying to push up GameStop up there. We can also look at the dollar index to see where that's at relative to the movement yesterday. Here, dollar index has been falling down. Hit 102s yesterday, which is a good sign. We needed it down. Banking is still in turmoil. FRC still at $16. We got WAL up there at 34. JP Morgan did rebound back up to 131s. We got Bank of America here at about 28.80s. Having a pretty green looking pre-market this morning as well. So banking doing all right. Hey, what's up, Beach? Apple at 158.40s here for Apple. 158.40. So Apple pushing up, hit 160s. So Apple very strong. Google, man, again, something you'll notice about my swing trades is that, like, I could have held these for so much longer, man. Again, do you guys remember where I started buying this up, bro? I started buying this up at like 92. We're at 106s. People hate on me every single time I do it. Yet, this is what happens.
to all the trades that I get into like this, like almost all of them. I'm last trade I exited for a loss in terms of swing trading was Lyft. And it looks like my exit on Lyft was the right move here. Here's Lyft. Lyft just dumped down. So Lyft did not turn out fairly well. But with that said, I got out just in time for this. Like you can see when I exited this, it was a small trade, number one. I'm going to show my trades on Lyft. You can kind of see what I got out of this thing. You know, I got in Lyft. You know, I got in Lyft at 1090, basically 11. I added to it and up to the 9s, and then I cut it. And honestly, I could have held this and it would have worked, I think. It would have been close. I think with the average of adding in, it would have worked. But yeah, it just dropped down too much. And it eventually hit 819. Still would have been roughly break even. So I'm okay with getting out of Lyft. But this was the last losing swing trade that I had. So... yeah, we've been doing fairly well with swings. I haven't actually taken any positions, though, over the last couple of days because I just haven't trusted the market. But yeah. Yeah, congrats, MS. Okay, I'm going to go. So I am now in the market open to long trade on 150 Bitcoin, 5x leverage entry at 28,000. Hey, good luck, brother. Hope you make some money, man. Good luck, you know. Just remember, the rate hike, I'm going to tell you this because I feel like it's my obligation to, and I'm going to preface it all with, look, I have no idea what is going to happen. No idea what's going to happen during the rate hike decision. No idea what's going to happen, okay? But what I do know is that it can be volatile. It can be volatile for the rate hike ceremony. The rate hike situation can be volatile. And so... just be careful taking any big polarized sizable positions ahead of this rate hike decision, because if you're wrong, it can really go against you fast. Okay. And so just be careful. You know, if you're wrong, it can go against you quick. So just be careful, brother. That's the best advice I give you. Just be careful. What's up with people? This is my question here. Okay. Like you watch some of these fitness influencers, you know, and it's like, bro, like, a lot of these guys are like prepubescent, and they're taking pictures of themselves prepubescent, and then they go through puberty and they're like, look at all my gains in the market. You know, this super strict diet helped me achieve these gains. And it's like, bro, no, it didn't. You just went through puberty, bro. Shut up, dude. You're full of crap. Like, you went through puberty, man. Like, your special diet didn't give you these gains. Puberty did. Testosterone did, sir. Like, stop acting like the difference between the first picture, which is the picture of you before you really got older, and a picture of you now is somehow from your special diet, bro. Like, get out of here, man. Like, you know, you just got older, you know? Like, before beard, after beard, you know? Like, shut up, kids. Like, these kids on freaking, you know, TikTok, man, they need to go somewhere. They're ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, I'm not saying their diet doesn't work, but like, you see some kid who's like a skinny kid, prepubescent kid, and he's just skinny. And then the next picture of him is like 3 years later after he goes through puberty and he's like jacked, right? And it's like, he's like, look at what my diet did. You know, this special shoulder workout helped me achieve this. And it's like, no, it didn't. Like, you just went through puberty. Like, before you just had no testosterone in you. After testosterone, now you look like that. Like, come on now, kids. Ridiculous. And who actually believes that? You know, anybody should be able to see it. It's self-evident. Anybody should be able to see that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Half of them are juicing, for sure. It's all right. Like, I'm not, like I said, if they want to juice, I'm not mad at that. But it looks ridiculous. No, I think they work out. Like I said, I'm not saying they don't work out, but I think it's misleading, you know? Listen, I go to the gym at least 3 times a week, man, you know, every week. I even got my kids in the gym. Like, my daughter, I finally got her in the routine of going to the gym. My son, you know, he's too young to go, but he'll do it too. So I believe in going to the gym for sure. Yeah, like I said, MS, just be careful, brother. You know, be careful, man. What's up, Jessica? So today we're going to attack the fitness influencers. Not necessarily. Listen, if any critique of anybody, you could say we're attacking them. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of embellishing the situation, sir. SPY almost breaking past the previous closing price. So the SPY is right around 398.80s. Right around 398.80s. Right at the previous closing price. They're trying to get up to 399. And so let's see if the SPY breaks 400 today. Very reasonable expectation, I think, for the SPY. If it continues this bullish action to hit 400, it definitely depends on what the rate hike decision is ultimately going to be, but it could happen. We'll see what happens. What's up, Roble? Yeah, you just got to go. Like at the gym, you just got to go, like realistically, like you just got to get up and go, At first you'll feel awkward, but like you just go, and like eventually you'll just be used to it, 7 p.m. Portugal time. I could see. So the rate hike decision. All right, so the rate hike decision is going to be at 6 p.m. in Lisbon, Portugal. So it's 6 p.m. in Lisbon, Portugal is when the rate hike decision is going to be at. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. in Portugal. So at 6 p.m. Portugal time, the rate hike is going to be announced. We're going to stream it right here. So if you want to watch it to make sure you don't miss it, we're like I said, thousands of people will be at the stream by 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So by 6 o'clock Portugal time, we're going to have thousands of people watching beginner trading live stream because it's a big thing. SPY just went green on the day here. SPY just went green on the day. Again, the rate hike decision is important. It's the only tool the Fed really has to reduce inflation. But with banking problems going on, they've been aggressively raising rates for a while now. And so a lot of people are hoping that they go to zero and they pause. I don't think it's going to be a full-on pivot. I think they're just going to pause it and then maybe resume it. If they do zero, it's going to look something like they do zero now. And then in May, they do 25 basis points and they start raising again. But they're going to pause it right now to let the banking fears go away, essentially, I think is what might possibly happen. But I think that's still less likely. I think it's more likely that they're just going to do 25 basis points and just get it done and not worry about it so much. All right, guys. Yeah, SPY just tapped over the previous closing prices at 398.90s right now. So it still hasn't quite broken over it yet. There's Tesla. Tesla did bounce at 199. It's still trying to move up here. Again, we'll see if it does. We're going to start trading a little bit. And look at AMC, man. Again, we're in AMC. AMC's doing okay. GameStop up to 25.35s here, guys. 25.35s. Do we have any economic data today? I don't think so. We got NBA data in about 4 minutes. Maybe that'll influence things. We got ECB president. We did have the German British pound, the the England CPI PPI rate come out. So CPI for England came in higher than expected on the year and on the month. So that's not necessarily a good sign in all honesty. So CPI for England came in at 10.4% versus 9.9% expected here. So noticeably higher than expected inflationary data for England this morning. Dropped at 3 a.m. market time. They also had PPI that came in slightly higher than expected in some ways, lower than expected in other ways. So PPI, so seller inflation was actually a little bit light, but buyer inflation was a little bit high. Again, higher than expected at 10.4% versus 9.9% expected. We don't really have too much other data coming out today outside of the rate hike decision, which is going to be, again, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, we'll see what happens. Is this not the case of buying time to prepare for a crash by promoting all good? I don't know, Rainer. I don't know what this is, man. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. I think we'll probably do 25, but outside of that, I really don't know what we're going to get. I think it'll be a really interesting day. But nobody knows what kind of results we're going to get today. I think we'll probably do 25. The real question is not whether we do 25 or not. I think 25 is pretty likely. Tesla pulling back to 199s here. I think 25 is pretty likely. But I think that the real question is what Jerome Powell says during the actual rate hike press conference. So I think we'll do 25 probably. I think there's also a chance we do 0. I think it's smaller, but I think there is a chance that we do 0. But I think the real question is, what does Jerome Powell say? What is Jerome Powell's stance? What does Jerome Powell, insinuate during this press conference? I think that's the biggest thing. I think what's his tone? What is his stance on everything like? What does that look like? All that stuff. I think that's the most important thing here. All right, White House said that crypto assets do not offer, quote, any fundamental value, nor do they act as an effective alternative to fiat money. Well, they weren't. Crypto is not supposed to be used as fiat unless you're talking about Tether coin. All right, guys, look at GameStop popping back up to 26 here. It's now 6 o'clock. We can trade on the now. Tesla popping over highs here. Look at Tesla. So Tesla just tapped the high of the day level. I think it broke it for a split second. Now pulling back some. The SPY is technically green, and GameStop pumping over 26. So GameStop moving over 26 here, guys. I'm in Sydney, and I really think I should move to the U.S. because trading is hurting my sleep. Last week I slept 5 hours. Wish TradingView had an alarm feature. It does. So so TradingView, believe it or not, actually has, you can put audio alerts. So you can put an audio alert for the market, like the pre-market open, the stock market open. You can do audio alerts on TradingView. All right, guys, Tesla at 199.20s. All right, guys. All right, guys. GameStop over 26 is here. Tesla back to 199s here. I need a little bit larger of a pullback before I really want to buy this up. But it's close. It's close to that point where I might want to buy this up. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with regards to cryptocurrency. GameStop over 26 is now the high of the last couple months, really. When was the last time GameStop was over this high? So the last time GameStop was over 27 was November. So the high of the last 4 or 5 months for GameStop is right over that $27 level, which is not that far away. We're at 26s now, over 26. Tesla pushing back up to test these highs here. So again, we'll see if this continues, but Tesla making those moves up. Look at that, 199.50s right now, 199.50s. It all seems to be a game of pump and dump to sustain the market in a range to achieve the soft landing. Such strategies always break down sooner or later. Maybe. I'm not going to stream straight, but we're going to cover the rate hike decision for sure, as well as the press conference. So yeah, we're not going to stream straight, but we're going to cover all that stuff for sure. All right, Tesla testing highs. Let's see if it can break 200. It's right around that $200 level. The SPY with Tesla's strength is pushing up somewhere at 399.02 right now, 399.02. There's 200 right there on Tesla. So we're right over that, or right under that level. The SPY still green on the day. Tesla's still pumping up some here. Oh, we can put Bitcoin up. There's Bitcoin right there at 28.32. Low liquidity today, but still moving. Yeah, big super chat for sure. Shout out to MS. But yeah, Bitcoin right around 28.3 thousand. All right, guys, Tesla at 200s. Tesla right about $200. Will Tesla break 200? When was the last time Tesla hit 200 here? Okay, so it wasn't that long ago. It was at the beginning of this month. So it's been a couple weeks since Tesla was over 2. Or no, it's been a little bit longer than that. So yeah, last time Tesla was over 2 was, yeah, 3 weeks ago. Tesla getting close to it now, right at 199.90s here for Tesla. It looks like it's about to break 200 here. We'll see if it does. All right, guys, right at 199.96. Right around 199.95 for Tesla. Still moving it up. What's Microsoft here? I know Microsoft was ripping up yesterday. Microsoft's still technically red on the day, so lagging behind the market to a certain extent here. The market is lagging a little bit with Microsoft. It's still trying. Bro, do I have any eye doctors in chat, bro? We usually do. I went to the eye doctor yesterday, bro. They gave me a ridiculous diagnosis. Now, it's not dangerous or anything, but bro, I woke up yesterday. My eye was basically like red, you know. He said I have something called pinguecula in my left eye. Pinguecula. I gotta look this up. I still haven't even looked this up yet. Pinguecula. Anyone even know what this is? Well, anyways. So favorable reaction early after the announcement to a dump today. I don't know, man. GameStop. Let's look at it. GameStop is ripping up some more here. GameStop all the way up to 27s here. Let's see if we break it. Yeah, look at GameStop right now. John, do you like that the stock market isn't open 24/7 like crypto? Yes, I do. I think it's absolutely good for it. Snow. The reason I think it's good for it that they have limited hours is because what those limited hours and direct opening bell do is they give you consolidated volume to one specific time of the day. That's what ultimately makes traders trade momentum. That's why we have so many traders and interest and so much interest in the stock market is because you have consolidated specific volume times of the day where volume is consistently higher. Now, when you compare that to cryptocurrency, where, you know, you might have the same amount of volume in crypto, but it's spread out, it's spread out to where, if you really want to get volume, you better be up super early or late for crypto. And it's going to be still even really hard to find that consolidated volume in traders' interest at exact specific times of the day. And so I think the limited hours of the stock market are better, Now, of course, like it's kind of like futures. Futures are technically open 24/7, but they're really the most volatile during stock market hours. So they're just impacted by the market in general. But if the market was open 24/7, it would not be as volatile. It would not be as fun. It would not be as voluminous. There would be less consolidated volume at specific times of the day, and it would just be ultimately harder to trade momentum. I went to an optometrist. I've been to an ophthalmologist. I'll probably have to try to go in to see him to get a second opinion today. Well, to put it into perspective, pinguecula is a harmless raised growth on the white part of my eye. It's thought to be caused by exposure to sun, wind, and dust. Basically, the doctor said it was probably from pollen, is what he said. you know, probably from Powell. Tesla just tapped 200 right up to 200. But probably from Powell is what he said. What's your prediction for today? My prediction for today, and again, I'm going to preface it with I have no idea what's going to happen. I might be wildly wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't copy me. Now, with that said, my prediction for today is I think 25 basis points is pretty certain. I think we're going to do 25 basis points, and then I think Powell will be dovish and optimistic during the actual press conference because I think 25 is pretty certain. There's always a chance we go to zero. I don't think it's going to be a full-on pivot. I think if we go to zero, it's going to be a pause, and then we'll resume rate hikes in the May meeting. But yeah, I think that's what ultimately is going to happen. I think we're going to do 25 basis points. Tesla's still ripping up, kind of dragging the market up a little bit with the SPY at 399. Let's see if we can break 400. But yeah, I think we're going to do 25 basis points, and then he's going to be dovish and optimistic because of the bank problems going on. I think if we did 25 and he was bearish, I think it's just going to hurt the market more. So I think hopefully he's going to be dovish and we get good things, but who knows, man? We really don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, it's the Donald Duck song. Bro, I don't know if anybody plays poker, but like, bro, the Robbie Jade Lou and oh man, what's his name? I think it's Alden Steen. What's his name? Yeah, the Garrett Adelstein and the Garrett Adelstein and the Robbie Jade Lou controversy with Hustlers Casino, man. Bro, she obviously was cheating. If I was Garrett, I would be super mad right now. You know, I'd have been mad. Like, she won a lot of money off of him, she was obviously cheating, right? Hustlers Casino investigating themselves and saying, oh, well, we didn't find any proof of cheating. It's like, well, yeah, you're investigating yourself. You also got $15,000 from this, right? So, oh, wow, we didn't see anything else. You're also not going to be like, hey, yeah, our casino cheated. Like, of course you're not going to say that. And so them investigating themselves and acting like it's just done now is ridiculous, and getting mad at Garrett is even worse, Getting mad at Garrett Adelstein and is just even worse, Hey, my guy Mark, thank you so much, bro. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, brother. Am I trading FRC today? Probably not. Tesla over 200s here. GameStop still making that push towards 27. Here's FRC right now. FRC under the previous closing price, looking weak right now. Yeah, for sure, Jay. That's what I'm going to get. To be fair, though, Jay, so what I did... So I've been battling some weird eye problems like that have been diagnosed by a lot. I've been to two different optometrists and an ophthalmologist. over the last 3 months with my eyes, man. I've been having some weird problems. And so basically what they said, most of them said that I was fine. They said that they saw a scar on my left eye. They said that they saw a scar on my left eye. But aside from that, they said that my eyes look fine. Anytime they checked them, the ophthalmologist did the same thing, and he looked at the test where they shot my eyes with like these big rays of light. They dyed my eyes and then looked at them there. You know, they've done a bunch of different things. And basically, the only thing they could say was potential viral infection and give me steroid eye drops. So that's what I'm on right now. But then this eye doctor looked at it and said he saw a raised bump in my eye. And so I'm hoping he's right, because maybe that explains this. And I also know that, like, when they gave me steroid eye drops before, they definitely helped. SPY push it up to 399.20s here. Tesla up to 200.2, so 220. Not 220, but 200.20. 200.25 right now for Tesla. Rip it up over 200s here. Looks solid. Looks strong. Hey, what's up, Chris? So basically, we don't know what the heck's going on with my eyes, bro. But I'll probably go to, just because my eyes are really important to me, obviously, I'll still probably go to an ophthalmologist today. I got to figure out what this is. I got to be very thorough. All right, guys. FRC just popped all the way back over the previous closing price. SPY still at 399.30s here. Tesla still pumping up. Let's look at GameStop here. But yeah, there's FRC. GameStop's still trying here. Again, WAL, Western Alliance at the 34s. Bank of America at 28.80s here. You got like Microsoft starting to push up a little bit at 273.60. So a lot of green action here. The question is, does the SPY hit 400 today? I think that's the big question. Does the SPY hit 400? Oh, great, Steve. Thanks, man. You tried man up? Oh, yeah, what a genius idea. You know, huge eye problems. Let me just man up and just not worry about it at all because I'm a man. Ridiculous. SPY at 399.30s here. Microsoft at 273.60s. Let's see if it actually breaks it. Again, I'm curious to see what Microsoft does. I could have held some of my swing trades and made a bunch of money too. I should have held them. What the heck is Connor posting here? The only justified, like, Connor's posting a mirror selfie, and all Conor McGregor posting a mirror selfie, and he says in the mirror selfie, he says, quote, I smell so good, you moan a little if I hug you. Connor, what the heck are you talking about, bro? The only justify, if you're putting out your own version of a cologne, fine. Anything outside of that is a little weird, bro. All right, Connor. What are you talking about? Stop taking mirror selfies, bro. SPY at 399.30s here. Tesla just broke highs again, up to 200.5, basically. 200.46. I did go to the doctor yesterday. The doctor diagnosed me with what I just said, which was a pinguecula. You know, I did go to the doctor. So, you know, they gave me steroid eye drops and antibiotic eye drops, you know, right here. Yeah, like, trust me, I'm not playing around with my eyes, you know. I'm one that usually procrastinates doctor visits, but not for my eyesight, you know. Listen, I'm a poker player. I love poker. My eyes, I got to take care of my eyes here, you know. All right, guys. So still getting some pretty strong price action right now. I'm still watching GameStop. I want to see if GameStop ends up breaking over 27. It's a little bit slower right now. We are in AMC too, and AMC's been doing pretty well as well today. We'll see if it continues back up here. Again, we do have the rate hike decision today at 2 p.m. is when the actual rate hike is going to be announced. And then at 2:30, we're going to do the accompanying press conference here. We're going to stream the whole thing live. All right, guys. So in the next segment of the Cramer Curse here, man, this thing, Cramer doesn't miss with the curse. Okay, put this into perspective. Cramer said, let's look at the Cramer Curse again here. All right, so just to put this in perspective, Cramer said, let me find out exactly where it was. Hold on. Cramer said right here at $12, the FRC torture will continue at its regularly scheduled 9:30 a.m. hour. Again, Cramer said that here at $12. Here, let's put a longer term chart up. Let's put a 10-day chart up. Cramer said here the FRC torture will continue at its regularly scheduled hour. Literally the very bottom. The lowest price that it has been in since. And then since Cramer said that, FRC is back up to $16 this year, basically. Wow. Bro, how does this happen? Like, it's genuinely kind of crazy. Listen, and I kind of feel bad for Cramer. Cramer's a namesake in the market. He's a namesake in the economy, in the market. Everybody knows Cramer. But, like, how can the Cramer Curse be this accurate? It's surprising. It's genuinely surprising. No joke. It's genuinely surprising. When's the ETF coming out? But, and again, I kind of like Cramer, to be honest. I don't dislike the guy. I think he seems like a funny dude. But, like, wow. Yeah, Tesla pull it back to 200, bouncing right off of that level. SPY at 399.18s here. We'll see if it holds. Loving Teslas this morning, thinking of selling. What do you think? I mean, it depends, man. It depends on what kind of trader you are. I'm the type that gets pretty flat ahead of the rate hike decisions because I just think there's risks in that regard of, like, craziness from rate hike decisions. But again, of course, I have no idea what's going to ultimately happen. But I tend to be one that is pretty flat and risk adverse ahead of these rate hike decisions. I just think so much can change, even though the rate hike decisions are usually kind of things where there's not that much, there's not really that much unexpected things that happen right at 2 p.m., maybe at 2:30. So there's not really that much craziness that happens from the actual rate hike. It's never really outside of expectations, I guess is the point. But and one of the reasons the market is doing okay is because what Yellen said yesterday. She said the situation demanded a swift response. Our intervention was necessary to protect the broader U.S. banking system, and similar actions could be warranted if smaller institutions suffered deposit runs that pose the risk of contagion. So basically, she said that the Fed was not going to hesitate to swoop in and save the day, essentially, which I think is the right move. I think this could spread, and I think it's something to pay attention to. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, FRC still pulling back some. I want to look at GameStop here. GameStop still moving up, pulling back a little bit short term though, but I want to see if we break that level, that 27.50 level essentially. Is it still risky to buy banks is another question, guys. Oh yeah, so Google Bard is coming out. They put me on the wait list for it. So I'm just waiting to get accepted by it. But Google Bard came out, or is potentially coming out. They invited me to try it early. I'm just waiting for them to. Yeah. So we'll see if they let me. But I got the email yesterday. I'm just kind of sitting back waiting. If we do try it, we'll definitely make a video about it. But yeah. All right, guys, SPY pull it back a little bit. I kind of want to buy the dip short term, and I might. I'm going to buy up a little bit of shares here on this pullback if I can hurry up and get in while it's still pulling back nice enough here. There we go. Nice little dip here. Let's see if I can buy this up. All right, there we go. All right, bought up a little bit. I got to make sure my sell orders are there. There we go. We're going to add a little bit more here. 50 shares. See if we get to catch a bounce is what we're looking for. There we go. All right, so we're in 50 shares of the SPY here. Relatively small position. I know some people are going to be like, that's not a small position. And it's not really, but it's small enough. See if we can catch a little bounce here. We got a 5-minute chart up. I want to put a 1-minute chart up. There we go. Not the best volume, though, but we'll see if we get a nice little bounce. Kind of scary because inflation could start getting out of control again if they stop still at 6%. Yeah, but I think y'all have to understand the closest risk, the most up close risk here is banking collapse. Okay. All right, guys, got a little bounce here. Still waiting to see if we get a larger bounce. AMC up to almost $5. Tap $5 for a little bit today. Didn't really hold though. All right, guys, I kind of want to add a little bit more to this. Should I get 100 shares to the SPY? I don't know. Honestly, my TOS account's just been so green. It really has been. All right, guys. Yeah, so we got about an 88%. Let me look at what the actual stats are here in terms of Watch the watch tool. So right now, if we look at this here, okay, this means that basically a little bit under 90% of people think we're going to do 25 basis points tomorrow. About 11% of people think we're going to do pivot to zero. Not even pivot. I think it's going to be a pause, but about 11% of people think we're going to pause. 89% of people think we're going to go 25 basis points. And I think that's pretty likely. I think 25 is the highest chance here. The biggest probability is 25. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Today. It's not tomorrow. It's today. That's the thing. Everybody withdrawing their money out from banks and funds left and right. No, it's not tomorrow. It's today. So, and we're going to stream it all live like we always do. All right, guys. Bought a little SPY dip here. It's still pretty neutral right now. Again, I want to give it a chance to bounce. GameStop pulling back to that level now, too. Right at that spot. 399 seems to be a logical support level here. We already got 50 shares, though, which is not a small position to understand this, guys. 50 shares of the SPY is $20,000 position, you know, and I don't need to make a lot for it. Like, that doesn't really matter too much. You know, it's not like I'm risking 20K. You know, SPY's not going to go to zero, but you know, there is some risk, but I'd like to see us bounce at 399. All right, so dipping down a little bit. We're down $5 here. GameStop right at 26. Tesla still consolidating here. And I do think Tesla is influencing this. So Tesla under 190s here. All right, guys, SPY's still right around 399, 98, 95s here, so close to it. I'm trying to be patient here, but I'm also not going to hold this forever. All right, guys, bounce it up a little bit. I'm trying to be patient here. Again, I'm trying to be patient. I think we probably could bounce at the previous closing price. Like, we're right around that spot now. Back to 399. So you are right back to 399. GameStop right around 26. Tesla still just kind of sitting back. Tesla at 199.90 here. Popping back up to 399 here. GameStop at 26. Tesla's still dipping down some. I'm trying to look at Microsoft. AMC and GameStop just broke down a little bit. AMC down to 480s. Microsoft at 273.30s here. We did get a pop-up, though. So that's nice to see. Catching back up on the chat now. But yeah, so the trade basically went right back. 20K. I mean, there's nothing really ballsy about this. Hey, all good, San. It's not really ballsy about this. I'm not going to lose my investment here, you know? So it's not like the SPY is going to go to zero. I'm down $5 in the trade so far. So it's a very small risk trade. It's not really something that I'm super worried about necessarily. It's not really something that I'm going to risk a lot. Like, the most I'll lose from this trade is like 20 bucks. So it's not like I'm just a crazy man, you know? GameStop did bounce at 26 here. Tesla under 200. Hey, thanks, man. What's up, Sam? SPY will never go to zero. Yeah, not anytime soon. What I missed? Not much. Good morning. Congrats to anyone that long GameStop yesterday. Yeah, GameStop with a huge bull run. SPY pull it back to the previous closing price. We will cut this if the dips keep up. Seems like I can just buy SPY almost any time and just wait 10 minutes for a cool profit. No, that's not true at all. I know I might make it seem like that, but yeah, we're going to lose sometimes too. We're probably about to cut this. I don't want to sit on this forever. Again, I think there's risks in terms of sitting on this too long. And if we don't bounce at the previous closing price, then, you know, we could dip all the way down to that 200 MA level, which I don't want to necessarily get stuck in. I'll give it a chance to bounce at the previous closing price, but yeah, SPY is the S&P 500, guys. You know, like, that's what this is. SPY is the S&P 500. All right, again, right at the previous close. I want to see, this is the red to green level, this light blue level here. So I would like to see if this takes time to bounce at the spot, but wild crazy John, might lose $6 on the trade, All right, guys. So again, we're still consolidating right at the previous closing price level. I'm looking at Tesla. Tesla dipped back under 200 now. Microsoft down to 273.40s. 273.40s. Apple at 158.80. So pulling back some. We're right at that break-even level here, but it's such a small trade. We're willing to just kind of let it work, but. All right, get another dip here. Yeah, and I understand there's a chance that I get faked out here. I just don't feel like getting stuck in that. So we're going to get out with a very small trade. Just not really worth it necessarily. All right, all the way down to 398. So pull it back a little bit. The market's mostly flat, and it's not a surprise that the market is flat today, considering we got the rate hike decision today. SSO, no, never traded it. Don't know what it is. Hey, good luck if you're long. My name is John. This is my first time in this stream. What's your name? My name is John. If it's really your first time, bro, honestly, we got so many like fake accounts that join. Like, honestly, there's a couple people, and I'm not going to say who it is, but there's a couple people that are now in our Discord that I know are people that were toxic from before. Like, we had one dude that was just super obsessed with the stream in a super unhealthy way, to be honest. Yeah, I know he joined the Discord again under a different name, and he's trying to act like he's somebody completely different, but he's acting exactly the same. It's just kind of like, I'm cool with almost everybody, but there's certain people here who are just weird. It's actually strange being on the internet. Like, it's really odd, and I know people might not understand it, and I'm not claiming to be some huge, big YouTuber. I'm really not. Like, I understand. Like, we're relatively, like, small, medium-sized YouTuber, and I'm okay with that because, again, I live a very blessed life. I'm very happy with my life. But you got just some weirdos online, man. Just people who get obsessed with the stream. Maybe they want to work with the stream, but they're just toxic. You got you see all these different personality types, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. My name is Bill. Hey, nice tatted. Hey, what's up, Shepard? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, look, he saw my name. Hey, I'm happy about that. Yeah, Powell. What does Powell do today? It looks like me getting out of the SPY was the right move because the SPY did dip. We got about 750 votes. 61% of people are thinking 25 basis points. 61% of people. It'll be a really interesting morning. It really will. Really interesting morning. slower week for economic data, but the rate hike decision today should, change that. Tomorrow we have jobless claims numbers too. Nothing really, really big, but new home sales and jobless claims numbers out tomorrow, which is really the first day that we've had economic data this week. So kind of a slow week, and that's all right. We're going to have slow weeks. They heat back up. Durable good orders Friday. So Friday, we got durable good orders. And also we have retail sales for Canada. And then we've got manufacturing PMI, Bullard is speaking, services PMI. But aside from that, that's pretty slow this week. Next week, we got some stuff. I think next week we've got let me see. Next week, we got CB consumer confidence on Tuesday. We got pending home sales Wednesday. So next week is kind of a slower week too. I think Thursday and Friday next week are larger days though. So Thursday we got GDP data. So next Thursday we actually have GDP data coming out. And then Friday we've got PCE, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, so Friday we got PCE. So we got the PCE deflator Friday. We got GDP Thursday. I might buy the SPY back here. Let me go ahead and load up. We're pulling right back down to the 200 EMA. Or 200, yeah, the 200 EMA. But so next week we got some stuff. Still not a wildly influential week, but we do have PCE and GDP Thursday and Friday. No big earnings either though. So it's in what you'll notice on the stream is that you'll get 2 big weeks, 2 slow weeks, 2 big weeks, 2 slow weeks. That's kind of how it goes. But we do have GDP, we do have PCE, we do have the rate hike decision today, we do have jobless claims tomorrow. All right, guys, so we did get another pullback here. We're down to the volume-weighted average price. Even with these 2 trades, man, the SPY just kind of had a quick turnaround here. And that's all right. We got 50 shares here. Yeah, it'll be interesting back for sure, brother. GDP higher? Maybe. I don't know whether GDP being higher or lower is going to be good for the market or bad for the market, to be honest. Hey, what's up, Cannabis? Thanks, man. I don't really use my Instagram too much, but I appreciate you, bro. You better make sure it's actually me, though. I'd work for you. It's Voorhees. Yeah, I don't really need anybody right now, brother. I appreciate the offer, though, man. I really do. I just don't really need anybody. We're relatively small. I mean, we're not small. We got over 100,000, but to be honest, everything I can essentially do for myself, mostly. We got some mods. We got Pawn, mostly, who's a good mod for the channel and all, but aside from Pawn, we don't really need anybody else, man. It's just kind of, we got everything we need here, so it's hiring anybody would just be kind of, and I'm not gonna say it's a complete waste of money, but it's unnecessary right now. What could I hire somebody to do? You know what I mean? With the amount of views we get relative to other channels, I mean, my SEO is already on point. Topics are already on point. Channel's growing crazy fast. Wow, what a great joke. He says, I can't hear you. Your blank is too low. Did you really think I'm going to fall for that? Come on now, bro. What are you, 12? I short sell sometimes. It just depends. I can short.
Hello? Love you.
All right, buddy. Love you too, man.
Love you.
Feeling okay today, bro? Are you ready? You feeling okay? All right, love you, buddy. All right. Top 3 channels ever. Definitely top 3. Is my sound out? We got some people saying my sound is out. I don't trust volunteers either a lot of the time. A lot of the time they're people who have previously been toxic and now they're trying to create a new name and act like I don't know it's them when deep down I do, which is why I ignore them most of the time, you know. Anyways, SPY up to 50 or SPY up to 398.60s here. We'll see what happens here. But 398.60s on the SPY. Here, I'm going to unmute this just to say my daughter lost my AirPods, denied that she lost them, said that I lost them, and that it wasn't her, just found them yesterday.
They were in my room, so I didn't lose them. I just couldn't find them.
Bro, this kid loses everything. Bro, Carol got me a sweater, a hoodie, gone. One day, I let Maddie use it, gone. This is the 3rd pair of AirPods I bought in a year. You know, spent almost $1,000 on AirPods. Look, it's all right. I'm just messing with you. I love you. I actually lost more stuff than you did growing up.
Yeah, so
I'm just messing with you. It's all right. All right. I love you. Go to school. All right.
at least I found them.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you finding them. I actually can use them. They'll be backup. Like when these headphones died, now I have these.
Yeah, but those are like...
These are the old school. But I kind of like the old school ones.
I like those because they have a noise cancellation.
I don't like the noise cancellation. That's a little bit too much, I think.
Well, so you don't hear anyone else.
Yeah, but I want to hear other people, you know. What if you got Scream person behind you? You got to hear him, you know. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm just messing with her. Come on now. You know, I got to make fun of my daughter. If, you know, it's kind of what dads do. Huh? They're saying that sarcastically, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I got to mess with her a little bit. It's all right. Anyways, my SPY trade is now green. Love you. Have a good day. My SPY trade is now green on the day. Slightly green. You know, not enough for me to take profit yet, but we'll give it a chance to. Yeah, bro. My daughter. Dude, I will not loan my daughter a thing anymore, bro. I gave my daughter, like my daughter asked to use my AirPods. I let her use them. Gone. Okay. My daughter asked to use my hoodie. Brought to school. Gone. You know, I bought my daughter a new baseball glove. Gone. You know. She's worse than I was as a kid, you know. But she's a good kid. She's genuinely a good kid, though. You know, I just kind of mess with her about it because it's fun. Yeah, I can't deal with the noise cancellation. It's too much. I'd rather not have that and just have the AirPods. All right, so yeah, there's the VWAP 200 EMA SPY bounce. Again, I could cut it. I think I'm just going to let it sit, though. Tesla bounced right off of the volume weighted average price, too. And you'll kind of see it's kind of universal here where, look at Tesla bouncing right at the previous closing price, right at the volume weighted average price. You know, again, the SPY, same thing. 200 EMA volume weighted average price pullback. We get a bounce. You know, GameStop, previously it bounced right at the volume weighted average price. It's one of the reasons we watch the VWAP because it's just going to be powerful, you know. You got to be patient and wait for pullbacks, though. And then generally pullbacks are going to, you know, have a decent edge if you trade them right. I don't ever find that 5-hour energy works. I think it's mostly a placebo effect for 5-hour energy, but I might be wrong. But I don't necessarily like 5-hour energy. I'm going to go ahead and take profit a little bit here now that we popped up a little bit just to lock myself back to break even on the day, and we'll let the rest work a little bit more. She's not the middle child. She's the youngest child, or she's the oldest child. Yeah. All right, guys. So market bounces up a little bit here. I think we're probably pretty green now. We're close. But yeah, Tesla is really what helped the market bounce up a little bit here. We got Microsoft bouncing back up too. Tesla's still under 200. We'll see if we can break that 200 level. It's trying. Yeah, energy drinks are terrible for you. Coffee's okay if you don't put a bunch of sugar in it. The problem with coffee nowadays is like people just like think about it, man. Like people buy coffee and the first thing people consume every morning is like super sugary coffee. It's the worst thing you could ever do. It's terrible for you. Absolutely horrible for you. You wake up in the morning and you drink essentially a coffee milkshake with like 50 grams of sugar in it. It's terrible for you. You know, coffee is actually good for you for the most part if you don't put a bunch of sugar in it. You know, here's a weird song. I'm reading this thing online. It says tax tip: if you own a business and have kids under 18, you can pay them $13,850 tax free and deduct it from your taxable income. Wow, bro, I can listen. I can get my kids to work. You know. And I don't see in a sense I already am. All right, guys. So again, we're in the SPY right now, flat on the rest. Tesla pulling back a little bit. GameStop still trying to hold at $26. Still got about an hour and a half before the market opens. Yeah, we're not going to do 75. I think 75 is far outside the realm of possibility, brother. Yeah, so I don't think there's any chance we do 75. Yeah, I like coffee. Coffee's good. I love coffee. Trust me, I need coffee. I get up at 4:30 Texas time. All right, I need coffee. The problem with coffee, though, is sugar. Like, you put too much sugar in it. You know, if you don't put sugar in your coffee, it's not bad for you. You put a bunch of sugar in it, it's terrible for you. Yeah, Todd Gordon saying, wait, I'm confused. Everybody told me stocks were headed lower. Who's been saying we didn't have to crash? Who's been getting yelled at and insulted by bears for the last 3 months? You know? I mean, I'm not going to say I told you so, but like, come on now, guys. Like, how many times does this need to happen? How many times do people need to say, oh, the market crash is imminent? It's going to happen. You know? People say, oh, you're dumb if you're a bull right now in this market. Who's really dumb? Because the market has ripped up, you know, multiple points since they said that. At a certain point, you got to just admit you're wrong. You know, but that's the problem is they don't. Instead, they get mad at me for it. You know, that's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is like, they've been obviously wrong. But instead of being like, yeah, I guess I was wrong about it, they instead double down and get mad at me for it. Like me being right was wrong, you know? All right, guys, market's popping back up a little bit. We're almost green in the SPY now. That's the thing I don't understand. Again, I was wildly wrong about Tesla. Am I going to get mad at the people that said buy Tesla at 100? Of course not. It's silly to do so. Yeah, like I said, I thought Tesla was weak at 100. I thought Elon acting up on social media would cause Tesla's downfall. I was wildly wrong. Like I said, am I going to get mad at the people who told me to buy it at 100? Of course not. You know? Yeah. I feel you. Do you think GameStop will push higher today since after hours yesterday? I mean, GameStop very strong. Let's see if it holds 26. Again, what's dragging the market down is Tesla. Tesla falling back down under the VWAP here. Speaking of Tesla. So pulling back a little bit on the SPY again. I don't know what to do yet. GameStop is still trying to hold at 26.20s here. Tesla's still at 199, so kind of consolidating back and forth. But it's trying. You think Nike is a buy? Hey, later, Beach. Have a good day, brother. Nike, I don't know. Nike did good, I think, right? Better than expected EPS and sales. But for whatever reason, they didn't like it. I think they saw dry ups in some of the overseas margins and profitability. And so I think that's making some people scared. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. We got 600 people here. IJ volume's a little light, but it's not normal to have super high volume ahead of the rate hike decisions. Generally, with any big economic or fundamental announcement, the traders are going to be more apprehensive to trade big size because, you know, again, if I'm put it this way, if I'm a swing trader and I buy up stuff today, regardless of how good the technical, you know, patterns might be, regardless of how good the thesis might be, if something surprising happens today at 2 p.m. for the rate hike decision, it's going to completely change that price movement over the next month of whatever I buy today in blue chips, right? And so it doesn't make sense to, you know, look at a bunch of technicals now and then completely ignore the fact that they have a rate hike decision. So I think a lot of people are just kind of waiting for the rate hike decision before they take big trades. I think that's why volume is generally lower ahead of these big meetings. All right, so getting a little pullback here, getting kind of break even on my swings or on my day trades for the SPY today. Just small little trades. We're just going to see what we get. AMC squeeze is trending. GameStop is trending here. Over 26, right around the volume weighted average price. And I think those two levels are the most influential levels close up to where we are now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, pull it back. I kind of want to, I'm a little bit tempted to add some. We're only in 25 shares, but I'm a little bit tempted to add some here. All right, guys. Again, SPY at 250s or SPY at 398.70s here. I think the big, important kind of milestone level today is $400, obviously, on the SPY. $400 is the big level, I think, here. GameStop would be worth something if they bought Steam. Yeah, but I don't think they're in a position to buy Steam. No offense. I just don't think they're in that position yet. How much is Steam worth? Look it up. All right, guys. How many years do you use to value a company? What is it? I think it's like what, 2 or 3 years of revenue. So Steam game revenue for 2021 was over 10 million. And so let's call that what, 30 to 40 million. So I guess GameStop could buy them. The problem though is that GameStop's not really like GameStop made 16 cents per share. So let's look at how much that is relative to, and again, I think that would be great for GameStop if they did buy it. So I'm not hating on GameStop. But let's look at GameStop and see what they're looking like here. All right, so GameStop right now has a float size of about 4 billion outstanding shares. GameStop has a market cap of about, oh no, that's Ford. Sorry, I was about to say that. It looked a little high for GameStop. So GameStop has about 300 million shares in the float. They have a market cap of about 5.4 billion. And so I guess they could buy Steam. And maybe that would be a good move for it. All right, so market pulling back some. Luckily, I took some profit on this, and so it's kind of flat on the day. We're down less than $10. We'll give it time to bounce at the VWAP here, but I'll probably just cut this. Or not going to give it time to bounce at the VWAP, and I'll probably just cut this is what I meant to say. I have Steam being worth about 7.7 billion. In what way? Steam owned by Valve. Yeah, but all right, we can look at Steam revenue. Steam sold around 439 million games, excluding free ones. Depends on how much Steam makes a year, which I'm kind of having trouble finding. Okay, so yeah, Steam is going to be worth much more than that. So in 2012, Valve had about 250 people and is reportedly worth about $3 billion. So they're going to be worth more than that now, I think. So let's call it $5 billion just to be safe, right? Is GameStop really in a position where they can spend $5 billion on Steam and Valve to purchase and acquire Valve fully? I don't know. You know. 17 minutes to what release? A little advice: dividends are the keys to success. No stock will just go straight up or down. Investors build diversified portfolios. Gamblers buy shares in hopes the stock moves. Yeah, I mean, I generally agree that dividends are powerful for sure. But I think regardless of dividends, most money in the market is actually made from just diversifying and buying up blue chip healthy companies and sitting on them for a decade plus. That's where most of the money is made in the market. Most of the money is lost in the market day trading. Most of the money made in the market is from diversifying and loading up on blue chips. You know? Steam is worth about $4 billion in 2019. Yeah, like I said, give it maybe $5 billion. Valuation. Is GameStop in a position to do that? I guess is the question. Tesla at 199.10s. All right, so some people say the fate of the entire U.S. banking system is in the hands of one man today, JP Big Papa Jerome Powell. Should he raise rates or pause to zero, guys? What do you guys think? Wait, how did the WBC happen yesterday? All right, so Japan won. I didn't actually watch it, unfortunately, but it was a cool game. Trout struck out to Ohtani. Good for Japan, man. I'm for Ohtani, man. I think Ohtani's probably the GOAT player right now. I don't know if he's the greatest of all time. He's up there, maybe Willie Mays. But I think in terms of broad skill set, Ohtani's definitely the top. Expect the unexpected. How you feeling with Bitcoin today? I don't know. It depends on what the rate hike says. FRC. Raise it. I don't know. I don't think we're going to raise it super aggressively. Again, a lot of people are saying some crazy stuff. 50, I think, is out the question. 75, I think, is out the question. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the most likely scenario is 25, of course, and I think that's what almost everybody expects it to be, is 25 basis points. Now, it could do pause and zero. Nothing's at 8:30 today. Yeah, there's nothing going on today in that regard. For 8:30 is what I mean. But we do have the rate hike situation today, which is interesting. No, I think they need to keep it during market hours, because if not, if it's during it, you got to give people the chance to get out if they don't like the results, or get in if they do. You know what I mean? If you do it when the market's closed, it's going to deter that from. It's going to make that impossible. So. All right, guys. So market is slightly red on the day, not a ton. GameStop just popped back over $26 up to 26.30s right now. Tesla under the 200 EMA. Tesla at 198.50s here. GameStop at 26.25s. Tesla broke down back under 198.40s here, so back under 198.50s. Nike, I'm still kind of tempted to buy the Nike dip. Again, I'm not doing it yet, but I'm still kind of tempted to. I'm going to wait for after the rate hike decision, and then if Nike is still looking all right, I might buy the dip then. But again, I'm not 100% sure in that regard yet. I still don't know what I want to do there. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm still not 100% sure. Part of me wants to buy the dip. I might find something a little bit better. I think Nike will be fine long term, but obviously there's risks in anything. It is a fashion company, and I'm generally kind of adverse. I don't really like trading fashion companies. I think there's too much risks. There's too many risks, just because fashion can change. Fashion can change, and I just think over time there's just risks. Yeah, GameStop could. We're watching it for sure. Over 26 right now. SPY still consolidating, slightly red. Meetings at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do I need to get a timer up? I can do a timer, I guess. What time is it right now? It is 8:30. 8:20 market time. So it's about 5 hours and 38 minutes away. This is the timer, guys. That is when the rate hike decision is going to be out. Hey, my guy. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation, brother. Thank you. I'm going with a pause today. Potentially. I mean, that could happen. Slow moving blue chips accumulated over decades. Right. Dollar cost averaging. That's the best way to trade. Also, guys, if you haven't checked out Top Step, this is the first sponsor plug we've done all day. We haven't done any other sponsor plugs, but you can see SPY in the middle, which is what we've been day trading here. And here's the E-mini. You'll notice something, which is that this is the same price action. Like, look, if I put it up right next to each other, it's literally the same thing. You know, and you can trade this right side with no PDT restrictions. The thing to understand is that a large majority of day traders lose, right? They lose thousands of dollars usually. And so it's really a difficult thing where you need 25K to day trade stocks. Everybody wants to do it. Most people don't have 25K, so they have to go to some sketchy overseas brokerage sometimes and all this weird stuff. The reality of it is most people are going to lose as well. And so it's kind of a barrier of entry for day trading. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the futures market, you can day trade the S&P 500. So you can trade the SPY. You can see it's the same price action here on the right. No PDT restrictions. You can use a margin account. You can short it. You can go long. No PDT restrictions whatsoever. And the easiest way to get started, again, because most new traders lose, is through a funded account program. Sometimes they get hate, but most of the time people are just mad they lost. And to be fair, I think a large majority of people are going to lose funded account programs because most day traders lose, but that's the point. You know, what Top Step does is they give you a demo. And if you can hit their target and follow their rules while hitting their target, they fund you legitimately between $50,000 to $150,000 with a 90% split. And so if you get funded and you make 20K, you keep 18 of that. And again, this is just so much cheaper to get started. If you lose it, Top Step base package is $140 a month. And so if you lose it, it's less than that. It's like 130 something if you use my link. And so if you lose, it's not the end of the world. And that's the point, is that you still have some pressure. You're still risking some, but you're not risking the full amount that you would if you needed to put up the money yourself in the futures, which is like $10,000 to $15,000, right? You're still going to have some pressure. So it's still going to condition you to trade and learn. And they've got a ton of resources as well. But again, it's not the full extent of risking thousands of dollars. So it's a really good way to get that barrier of entry out the way and learn to trade without taking on too much risk, but still risking some. It's a perfect middle ground for traders, in my opinion. And Top Step's the most legit futures funded program in the world. They pay out millions of dollars in actual withdrawals every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. And once you're funded, you're regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange as well. So yeah, if you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel. I am biased in their favor. Again, they're a sponsor of mine. They pay me money. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor, but if you want to check them out, there's the link. Link is also in the description. But yeah, thank you for the donation. I don't know how much that is. Thank you, Cannabis, my guy. Thank you, man. Yeah, good luck and have fun to you as well, man. Yeah, Tim, I don't understand what you're saying. If you made 30K, you should have passed, you know. So yeah, you're not saying something there. And again, I always try to be honest. Like, I think most people are going to lose these funded programs, but that's the point, is that it's cheaper to lose a funded program than it is to put up 15K and lose that, which I think is going to happen to a lot of people that are like, oh, funded account programs. They're going to lose way more trying it themselves. You know, that's the whole point, is that it still builds that skill. You still learn to trade. It takes time to learn. It really does. And funded account programs just make it cheaper, you know, where you don't risk as much. You still have that pressure though, and you still risk something, but it's not the full extent. You know, you lose a funded account program, you can reset it for $100. It only costs $140, you know, initially anyway. I haven't even looked at my eye, man. I hope my eye's okay. All right, guys, market's mostly sideways. GameStop's still back over 2630s here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not buying any dips. Johnson & Johnson, I'm just a little bit What comes with your paid channel? Just been coming across your channel. I've been enjoying it. Nothing. So becoming a member is just a way to help support the channel. And again, it's not that, like, I try to tell people the truth because, like, we don't have any paywalls behind our content, right? So I could have some exclusive content only for members, but that would be paid content. Like, that would be me charging for content. And I don't want to ever charge for content. I want all of my content to be completely free, no paywalls behind it all. And so you can become a member. What you do get, though, is these coveted, some would say they're majestic emojis. Thank you guys so much for the donations. I see a couple nice donations. Thank you guys very much. But you get, some would say, coveted emojis here. Beardless John, Carol and Rosie, the German Shepherd. We also have Good Day, Sir, Don't Sue Me, and Top 3. Every rate hike decision, you always got a bunch of people coming in here asking what time it is. Guys, it might be in the title. It might be below you in the scrolling text. There also might be a literal countdown timer in the top right side of your screen here. They could be. There might be. I'm not saying there is. It's possible there are. No, you can donate whatever you want, Artie. You don't have to be a member too. Non-mobile? What do you mean? Top Step's available, on a PC. Yeah, I'm waiting for the actual decision to be announced first. Look at GameStop, guys. GameStop at 27s right now. 27s, pushing towards those highs. Let's see if it moves up. All right, what's up, LEB? My guy, man. Thank you. All right, guys. So again, GameStop at 2670s here, 2670. This is SPY at 398.40s. The E-mini now at 4,000 plus here. We're looking at Tesla. Tesla's still trying. So it's trying to make moves. It's at 198.60s here. Tesla, $200 did break for a little bit today. Got all the way up to 200.5, but still struggling to hold up there. Market's a little bit apprehensive and sideways, which is not unexpected ahead of these rate hike decisions. All right, guys. GameStop making another push towards highs of the day here at 2730s now. Tesla bouncing up to 199. Will GameStop break the high of the day? It looks like it's pushing towards it right now. Yeah, guys, what's really strange is that Silicon Valley Bank's loans to executives tripled to $219 million before the collapse of the bank. And so what it sounds like to me is that Silicon Valley Bank was giving out these loans to executives who knew the crash of the bank was imminent. And they were giving out loans. They were acting sketchy. The CEO sold millions worth of shares ahead of this. And so there was some, I think that needs to be investigated. I think they need to investigate Silicon Valley Bank for that type of fraud, because I think there was definitely some fraud going on with Silicon Valley Bank that sparked this. And I think that's probably good for market. GameStop popping up. It's at 2750s. Looks like it's almost certainly going to break highs. You never know for sure, though, but it's right there. GameStop pushing up to 2740s. Whoa, look at everybody becoming a member. Thank you, MS. Thank you, Tatted. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Wow, a lot of members showing up. Big donations today. New members. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the love and support for sure. Again, GameStop, guys, up to 27.20s here. Starting to make that run. 27.50s. $27.15s. Again, SPY up to 398.50s. Tesla at 199s. Why do they need loans? Because they want to get richer, man. Of course. You know. All right, GameStop up there. Will it break highs? It looks like it really wants to. Tesla pop it back up some as well here. So interesting dynamic for sure in the market. All right, guys, we are still trying here. Still trying. All right, guys. GameStop tapped the high of the day. It's now pulling back a little bit now. Let's see if it actually holds. But yeah, thank you guys for becoming a member. Tatted Trader. Wait, we're frozen right now. All right, we're back. Yeah, for whatever reason, hopefully we didn't lag a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much to MS for Tatted Trader, for MS with a huge donation this morning, man. Amazing donation, brother. Thank you so much, dude. Dude, the freaking Texas Department of Real Estate. All right, guys. Yeah, I am reactivating my real estate license. I should have it back up. It depends on how long Trek takes to reactivate it, but I should have it back up. GameStop at 27.20s. And for everybody who thinks that, yeah, we're going to have a... The only way I'm ever going to talk to you is if you actually have mortgage approval, you know? Because I'm sure, like, I'm going to have to get a dedicated line, too. Yeah, I got MetaMask wallet. Maybe I'll put it up tomorrow, maybe later today. I'd also just give you guys my Tether coin deposit address. That's until the rate hike. So the clock in the corner. Irregardless if GameStop pumps, the greatest non-existent word in the word, irregardless. Again, this is your daily reminder that if you use the word irregardless, it is not a word and it does not make you sound more intelligent. It's actually the opposite because irregardless is not a word. You know, love you all, you know, irregardless of whether you use irregardless or not. Okay. What will be good for the market? I think a pause to zero will probably cause a positive response in market activity. I think what matters more so than the rate hike, which I think is probably going to be 25 basis points. I think what matters most is what Jerome Powell says during the actual press conference. What Jerome Powell says during the actual press conference is going to matter much, much more. I think. I think 25 is pretty certain. I think there's a chance that we do a zero. But I think it's either going to be 25 or zero. I don't think it's going to be 50 or 75 like we got a couple people saying. I just think that's very unlikely, in my opinion. I think it's almost certain that we're going to do 25 or zero. I think if we do zero, we're going to get a better reaction than if we do 25. But I think if we do 25, it's basically what's expected here. But we might get a negative reaction if we do 25, just because some people expect zero, and I don't think we're going to do zero. But it's possible we do. Again, I don't really know for certain. Nobody does. GameStop just broke highs up to 27.64 for GameStop, up to 27.64. Regardless versus irregardless. Nothing. Irregardless is not a word. That's the difference. Regardless is a word. I love you irregardless of whether you use the word irregardless or not, which is irregardless to the fact that irregardless is not a word. GameStop up to 27.80s here, almost up to 28s. SPY right around 398.50s here. We got Tesla at 199.20s. Market's getting a little bit of a bounce back over the last 5 minutes. GameStop just broke highs, got up to 27.80. First time it's been up there since November for GameStop. I think it's been since November, right? If we look at a daily chart, yeah, the last time GameStop was up here was November. So props to GameStop for doing it. Let's see if it continues. See if it breaks 28. Interesting level. SPY right around the middle range. Volume weighted average price 200 EMA level. We're still technically red on the day for the SPY. We're actually still technically red. You can see the previous closing price here at 398.91 for the SPY. So we're still technically red on the day, but not much. It's basically flat. Tesla is popping back up though, and Tesla is green on the day as well. It's at 199.20s. GameStop up there as well. So all right, guys. So still got about 45 minutes until the market opens. Still got about 5 hours until the actual rate hike decision. GameStop still back up, testing those highs again. All right, guys. GameStop 27.60s here. SPY at 398.60s. We got Tesla at 199.10s. The regardlessness of the combo. Yeah. Justin said, heard you say irregardless and didn't see chat. Was about to question your stock calls. Well, listen, I am using irregardless completely sarcastically here because irregardless is not a word. You know, regardless of whether I use irregardless or not. I hope you don't judge my YouTube channel, sir. Carvana? Is Carvana ripping up? Let's look at it. Carvana is ripping up. Did they have earnings today or something? Let me check. Carvana announces private exchange offers relating to existing notes. So they announced it's offering note holders the option to exchange unsecured notes at a premium to current trading prices and receive new secured notes that would provide exchanging note holders with collateral while reducing Carvana's cash interest expense and maintaining significant flexibility for the company, end quote. Again, we're quoting again actually here. Specifically, Carvana announced that it has commenced exchange offers to exchange its outstanding existing notes listed below for up to an aggregate principal amount of $1 billion. $1 billion. Subject to the increase or decrease by the company, the maximum amount of new 9%, 12% cash senior secured second lien notes due 2028 issued by the company. So market's liking this news up to 1030 right now. 1030s basically for Carvana. 1040s, 1050s. Carvana is flying up as we speak here. So kind of meme stocks doing a little bit better. I don't know if I consider Carvana a meme stock. I guess we could. But meme stocks have been doing a little bit better. Look at Carvana rip up to 1050s right now. All right, guys. So patiently waiting here. Carvana's still ripping up. Spot pulling back, but it's still over the 200 EMA. So that's good. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go use the restroom really quick. I will be right back. While I'm gone, let me know what rate hike. Let me know what rate hike you think would be best for the market today. There's the question. Answer it in chat. I'll be right back, guys. Answer it in chat. What rate hike will be best for the market today? I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. I really hope it's 50. It ain't going to be 50. 100 rate hike's never going to happen either. I don't think it's going to be 50 either. I think 50 might be best for the market because of inflation problems, but I think 25 is pretty certain. No, it's not a word. The only reason they added it to the dictionary is because it's a slang. Like, they call it a slang word, but really nobody's using it as slang. Nobody's adding to a word to use slang. Slang usually is shortening a word, not adding to it. It's not a slang. It's just they wanted to make people who are using it wrong feel better, and so they pretended it to be a word, but it's not. You know. And again, most people that use it don't realize that it's not a word. So most people that use it to try to sound smart, but they don't realize it's not an actual word, and it makes anybody that knows it's not an actual word look at them, you know. Anyways, Carvana pull it back a little bit. SPY at 398.50s here. GameStop still pumping up, but pull it back a little bit over the last 10 minutes. Watch the Fed surprise everybody, do 50. I don't think so. I'm not saying that would be bad for the market. I think it would be. I think if the market had gone down over the last couple of days, I think the Fed might be more likely to do a pause at 0. But because the market did not look weak leading up to the Fed meeting, I think they're going to be more likely to do 25 basis points. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Look at the bounce right at the volume weighted average price for Carvana. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that because of I think if we were really weak heading into this rate hike, then of course they would consider doing 0, because again, with banking weakness and problems, 0 is going to renew more optimism in the market. But I think because we were really strong leading into it, we've been pretty strong for the last few days, basically pushing up on 4 of the last 5 days. I think it's more likely that we do 25. But I guess we could. 50 is a chance. 0 is a chance. I just think we'll probably do 25. How do you think the market will react to 25? I'm not really sure. I think we could go either way, to be honest. I think there's a chance that the market expects 0. And so if they announce 25, then I think there's a chance the market goes down. But I also think there's a similar kind of argument for the other side too. I think, I think that some people think we're going to do 50. And so I think if they expect us to do 50 and we do 25, then that's good. Ultimately, I think 25 is expected. And so, I'm not really sure what kind of reaction we're going to get, but I know 25 is essentially expected right now. So it'll be fun to see what happens, but I'm not 100% sure. GameStop at 27.50 here, 27.50. Carvana at 10. SPY pushing up a little bit here. GameStop at 27.40. Let's see if it actually holds now. Here, hold on. I got to let Bruce out. All right, Carol's letting the dogs out now. That's why Bruce is barking. Is because Carol let Rosie out first, and now she's like loving all over Rosie, and Bruce is getting jealous. All right, guys. So again, Carvana pull it back. SPY is so choppy here. It's not surprising. We still got about 35, 40 minutes until the market actually opens up here. So we still got a little bit of time, but raising it would basically put more pressure on banks. Pausing would scare people into thinking we are worse off. Stay the same as neutral. Yeah, I feel that. I think raising it would cause more recession fears, and 0 would cause more inflation fears. And so I think they're pretty balanced. I think they're gonna go with the middle option, which is 25. But again, you never know. But I would say 25 is pretty likely. No options, you can't trade pre. The FOMC meeting's at 2 p.m. We're gonna stream the whole thing live, so subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. All right, guys. SPY back up to 398.75s. 398.75s. Market moving back up. Let's see if we can go back green on the day. Carvana broke over the VWAP and the 200 EMA. It's pushing towards the previous close. Yeah, let's see if we can actually... Will the market go green ahead of the opening bell is the question. And if we do, what does that look like? I prefer to have at least some extension that we can play off yesterday. If you remember what we talked about yesterday, if you guys remember what we said yesterday, right? If you guys remember what we talked about yesterday, before the opening bell, people asked me, hey, John, what do you think is going to happen at the opening bell? I told them because we were gapped up so much that I expect, potentially a red to green move to happen. So what I said was I thought that we might pull back a little bit at the open, which is exactly what we did, and then maybe rebound back up and run a little bit afterwards. And that's exactly what we got, right? And that's kind of easy to predict sometimes because, when you can look at extension into the opening bell, a lot of people are just kind of go with this direction of the gap up. But like when you get a gap up this size, generally, you're going to get at least a small pullback and then a rebound at the opening bell if we rebound, or the dump could just gap fill the entire thing. But I look at extension from a gap up today, and we don't really have one right now. We're pretty flat right down the middle here. We're right at the previous closing price, a little bit underneath it now. So a little bit red on the day, but not by much. So we still got some time. And yeah, again, we're just going to try to be patient today. Just be careful. All right, guys. So, yeah, sorry. I just saw this huge email from somebody I banned the other day. People just, again, I'm gonna tell you guys this once. All right. If you disagree with everything I say, you're gonna get banned eventually. You know, it's one thing to sometimes disagree, but if you're sitting around just looking to disagree, which is obviously what this person was doing, all right? They can pretend. They literally gave me a list of everything they disagreed with me on, right? Like if you're disagreeing with me about whether teaching is a hard job and whether teachers don't get paid as much as they should be a lot of the time, you're just trying to argue, you know. If you're disagreeing with me about how buying a new car and financing a new car is generally a bad investment, you know, you're just trying to argue. You know what I mean? In the end, it's just too much drama to deal with that. So people like that are just gonna get banned fast here. It is what it is, but 25 basis points. I'm not sure if it's going to dip the market or not. Do you think England's CPI is bad? Yeah, it wasn't good. It was a little bit higher than expected for a yearly CPI. So definitely wasn't good. Right, unless you buy a rare car, but that's an outlier. I'm talking about on average, you buy a new car, you finance it, you're getting owned with financing conditions. It's a terrible investment generally, regardless of how good your credit is too. You finance a new car, it's a bad investment. You know, the only people who should be buying new cars are people who have FU money that can pay cash and just get it and not worry about it, and they don't care enough because they make so much anyway to where it doesn't matter. If not, you're locking yourself into debt for 7 years, and by the time you pay off that debt, that car is going to have depreciated so much that everything you spent the last 6 years paying for is essentially worthless now. Not worthless. You might still have the car, but it's going to be just a huge depreciating asset. And it's not really arguable. I mean, that's just, you know, as the young people say, that's just facts. All right. That's just how it is. Now, again, I get it. A lot of people might finance cars, and so they kind of think that like I'm attacking them in this way. I'm just telling you the truth. You know, anybody that understands this knows it's the truth, you know. Yeah, especially over the last couple of years, bro. Car prices are ridiculous, dude. They're absolutely crazy. They've gotten a little bit better over the last year, though. They have gotten better over the last year. You're still wrong about Peloton? Oh, shots fired, Justin. Man, it hurts, bro. You know, it hurts me right here, man. You know, no, Peloton, terrible company, absolutely horrible company. Got really big during the pandemic. Just a terrible company. You know, they're selling virtual reality rowing machines. Who's gonna buy that for thousands of dollars? You know, let's put out a virtual reality toothbrush or a virtual reality bathtub. Okay, sell it for $5K. You know, what are people thinking? We did a poll. We said, hey, would you rather a VR bicycle or an actual bicycle? Guess what the poll results were? Like 90% of people were like, I'd rather an actual bicycle. You know? Like, bro, listen, if you want to ride a bike, go ride a bike. You know, don't virtual reality bicycle around. That's, you know, like go ride an actual bicycle. Sunlight's good for you. Getting outside, vitamin D is healthy. Go ride a bike. You know, I'm not mad at that. Do your thing. You know, I don't want to discourage anybody, but don't spend $5K on a virtual reality bicycle. Okay, that's silly. Yeah, only thing worse than financing a new car is financing a virtual reality bicycle. Or a Bowflex, I should say, you know? I don't bash bears, bro. I don't bash bears, Beacham. Listen, I think you're getting your emotions in there a little bit, brother. I don't bash bears. Honestly, I short all the time. I short daily. If you think I'm just universally bashing bears, you're not really thinking about what I'm saying objectively here. Okay, what I'm saying is that I am bashing the bears who go around and they call long traders insulting names. They pressure people and they make fun of people for being long in the market. Those are specific traders I'm targeting, brother. Specific traders I'm targeting. I'm not targeting bears. I short every day. I'd be targeting myself. Okay. What I'm targeting is people who constantly tell people that a crash is imminent and a crash is going to happen tomorrow, and they sensationalize it, and then they shame long traders. And then when they're wrong, they get mad at those long traders instead of just being real and being like, yo, I was wrong. That's who I bash, right? It's not all universal bears. I actually respect bears. I get shorting. Honestly, I'm bashing Peloton right now. That's a bearish trade. That's a short side. I'm bearish on Peloton. But like, my point is that if you're out here calling people insulting names based off of their trading bias, the overarching conclusion to that is you're emotional. That's all it really is. We could all be friends. It's all love here. It's not the Bloods versus Crips here with Bears and Bulls. Like I said, I like Bears. Market pushing up right now. Do I want the market to go up? Sure. But I will short the market if it drops. I shorted the market yesterday, I think, too. The problem though is like bears will insult long traders. And then when the long traders say, haha, I told you so, they'll say, oh, you're hating on bears. It's like, no, I'm not. What do you expect me to do? Yeah. Martha Stewart, the GOAT. Maybe. Yeah, long-term bulls always win regardless of it anyway. They really do, Again, the biggest edge in market is long-term value investing. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to trade some futures. And again, I bet you I short at least once today, depending on what the market does. If the market pushes straight up, I guess I won't. But, we'll at least short a little bit today, I bet. To be fair, I don't think this bear market will end without a capitulation move, but that is impossible to call out when it happens. Yeah, I feel you, man. I honestly agree to a certain extent. Justin says, hear me out. People who are cyclists and want a good workout will benefit from Peloton. I don't disagree with that. I agree with that. You can't get the same workout cycling outdoors in the city. Oh, I feel you. I get it, man. What I'm saying, though, is that regardless of that, I think you gotta understand the business model is flawed, Justin. The Peloton bicycles can be amazing. I'm not saying they're not. What I'm saying though is that charging $5,000 for a virtual reality bicycle is going to be a hard sell for a large majority of places and people. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. But if it was me, I would lower the price of the bikes and raise the price of the monthly subscription. Because if somebody's going to spend $1,000+ on the bike, they're going to pay for the monthly subscription. So that's how you get more bikes in people's houses, and then you make the money on the back end with subscription costs. That's what I would do if I was Peloton. But again, I think they're a flawed business model. They're making products that people don't need. Like rowing machines are good, but most people don't sit on a rowing machine for hours and hours. And I know we're gonna have some people that are like, oh well, I do, and that's fine. But again, y'all are outliers in that situation. And so creating a virtual reality rowing machine, I don't know. I just think it's kind of silly. I think a virtual reality stairs would have been better, to be honest, because I think that has a little bit higher percentage of people that would actually consider using it. And so I think it's a very difficult business model to succeed. And regardless of how successful it is, I think it was incredibly overpriced. The whole reason I'm not really knocking Peloton. I just think they were overpriced because, again, they were at $180 a share, $170 a share in 2020. I think that's pretty overpriced. I think that's a pretty easy short, in all honesty, there as well, because I think you can look at the business model and understand how flawed it is. And I think mid caps are, if you want to short, again, I don't think shorting blue chips is the answer. I think you're going to have better opportunity shorting mid caps that are overhyped. You know, and I think those are a little bit easier to find and isolate out of the market relative to blue chips, where, you know, you're, again, with blue chips, you might find pockets of opportunity to short, but it's a much more risky thing because on average, like, blue chip healthy companies are going to go up long term, regardless of short term fluctuations, crashes, and downswings. I think mid caps are much easier to find inflated prices and overhyped stocks like BYND, Beyond Meat, Peloton, are just some examples off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's tons of more ones. So I think if you're going to short, that's what I would short. Point is, I'm not going to short Apple. You know, I think that's silly, or Disney. I think that's just incredibly risky. I think, but shorting a mid cap that's super inflated with regards to price is probably a better, safer, and more profitable move, in my opinion. But again, it varies. It depends on, you know, depends on the trader, I guess. But that's just like my opinion, man. The Great Lebowski, The Big Lebowski, great movie. Paul's rate hikes. He doesn't have it. I don't think so. They'd be better off designing real bikes. Yeah, for sure. They'd be better off designing real bikes and then have some type of application that tracks all the different, like, stats behind their bicycling. Like, I think that would be a better move. I think that would be one of the ways that Peloton expands where they are now. Instead of creating a virtual reality rowing machine, which, again, I think is just a tough sell, man. I think they need to create like a mix, like a hybrid, where it's a bicycle that you ride outside that tracks everything you do. And I'm sure there's already applications that do it, but, you know, find out a way to evolve that. Find out a way to, you know, grow that type of niche. Figure out something that they're not doing and do it with regards to software. You know, with an actual bicycle. I think that's what I would do if I was Peloton too. But, you know, what do I know? I don't know what their margins actually are, how good or bad they are. They know more than me, and, you know. Do you really think Disney is overpriced, or do you just disagree with the politics behind them? You know, that's one of the questions I always ask people who think Disney is super overpriced. Disney owns Star Wars, Marvel, ESPN. Disney Plus is growing pretty quickly here. You know what I mean? If we want to look at a EPS or if you want to look at a PE ratio for Disney, what's PE on Disney right now? Let me see. PE ratio of Disney is about 50. So yeah, I think right now they'd probably be considered overpriced. But I mean, to put it in perspective, a couple months ago they were PE ratio of 30. But it's not as bad. Like, Amazon is much worse with regards to PE. You know, Amazon PE ratio, the last time I checked, was in the 90s. They don't even have one now because I think they had a losing quarter. But yeah. Carvana back up to 980s here. Again, market's been mostly in this little trend right now. I don't know if it actually holds the trend, but it's been mostly in this trend right now. We'll see if it continues. Apple back up to 159s. Hey, thank you, Umberto. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, yeah. I mean, Disney, man. Disney World's fun, though, dude. I love Disney World. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Yeah, we'll be here at 2 p.m. Yeah, Disney's been one of my best swing trades that I've had over the last couple of years, really. We've day traded, or we've swung trade Disney multiple times over and over again. I don't know if I've had a losing swing trade over the last 6-8 months from Disney. I'll have to go check, but I think my accuracy is pretty high for it. Man. we've traded this one a lot. So far, ripping up. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to get ready to trade futures. Remember, the rate hike decision is today. Be ready. Disney at 96.50s right now. It's still not cheap enough for me to really want to be. It's at 97.20s. I'm sorry, right now. So Peloton back up. GameStop still at 27s. A little bit underneath that. All right, guys. Market's still looking pretty strong here. E-mini over 4,000. SPY just went green for a split second, tapped 399, and now it's pulling back a little bit now, but very neutral opening bell. And I guess that's what we got to expect today because of stuff like this. I think that's pretty standard. Can you explain to people when stocks generally do a stock split? Well, usually it's when companies are super successful and they want to lower the barrier of entry for people to invest. I mean, and so yeah, so technically when they believe that the price is too high compared to stock prices of similar companies. So like, yeah, when their stock is basically pumped up to big levels and they want to lower the barrier of entry. Think of Tesla, for instance, right? If Tesla didn't split, where would it be? It would be at like thousands and thousands of dollars. Amazon as well. Amazon recently did a split. Prior to that split, Amazon was what, 1,000 plus, right? If I can remember correctly, something crazy high like that. So I think Amazon did a 1 to 6 split, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Apple popping up to 159. It's been in a little trend here. We can try to draw this trend out. Here's the trend. Not a bad little trend here. Pretty obvious trend too, but again, do we trust it is the question. I don't know. Yeah, I think 25 is pretty likely. Again, I don't know for sure, but I think 25 is pretty likely. All right, guys, let's get ready for the opening bell. We still got about 13 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in sub-only mode. We haven't put it in sub-only mode yet. So we're going to throw it in sub-only mode now since we can. Again, Carvana pull it back to the VWAP. I'm a little bit tempted to buy that dip. We got the SPY at 399 right around. So the question is, does the SPY hit 400 today? If we look at our actual poll, we got about 1,700 votes. 61% think we're going to do 25 basis points. We could also do another poll on whether the SPY hits these levels today, but still moving up a little bit here. Look at this pop. No, I'm pretty flat in everything ahead of the rate hike decision. I just don't want to take any big positions based off of it because I think there's risks. So I'm pretty neutral here. SPY just ripped up to 399.03, starting to test the top of the range here. And again, we've been in this range basically for the last hour or so, a little bit under an hour. But SPY up to 399s, Carvana up to 10s, GameStop still at 2660s. Rate hike decision is going to be, again, about 4.5 hours. All right, guys, market pull it back right at the top of that range. Pulling back towards the bottom here. I'm tempted to buy the dip, but I think I'm just going to wait now. We still got about 9 minutes. GameStop just tapped 27 again. SPY finally pulling back, though. We did break a pretty big support level. I guess I could buy the dip small starting out. Let me make sure we're okay, but I think I could probably buy the SPY. So getting a little bounce. I could have bought the dip. For whatever reason, I just hesitated there. All right, so I'm tempted to buy the dip. Again, 8 minutes. I think I'm just going to wait, though. What happened? Is there mother fake? Is there fake? Is there fake Johns in the Discord? Oh yeah, it's a fake one, Cal. Again, I'm gonna add everybody. All right, guys, market pulling back. So good. Looks like I guess it was a good thing that I didn't buy it up here, but we're very, very flat, which I guess is not surprising considering usually there's a lot of sideways choppy action ahead of these rate hike decisions here. So a lot of flat action right now leading into the open. Yeah, there's fakes everywhere for sure. I don't think there's too much emphasis being put on the FOMC. We cover it every year, or every 6 weeks is when it actually happens. But yeah, guys, try to be patient here. GameStop actually pumping up right now. It's at 27. SPY still pulling back. Carvana still at 990s here. Disney at 97 plus right now. Apple right around 159s. So about 5 minutes until the market opens. No echo data today, except for the rate hike decision, of course. Next week's kind of a big week. I'm looking at April too. So April, we got ISM manufacturing PMI data, JOLTS jobs, non-farm employment change numbers. Okay, got you. Thursday, we got jobless claims. Friday, non-farm payrolls, unemployment. All right, guys. So yeah, so again, this week we got the rate hike decision. Next week we've got GDP and PCE data Thursday and Friday. The following week we've got ISM manufacturing PMI, JOLTS job report. We've got non-farm employment change numbers, jobless claims on Thursday, and then Friday we've got non-farm payroll numbers. So wait, so if Friday, is the market closed on Friday? On Good Friday? Okay, so yeah, the U.S. market, NASDAQ, stock exchange. So my question is non-farm payroll data and unemployment data coming out on Good Friday? Let me see. All right, so I'm looking at the unemployment rate number. So it looks like the next one's going to be April 7th at 8:30. Is that Good Friday? Yeah, it is Good Friday. Why would they release it on Good Friday? I mean, I guess we can still stream it, but Carvana up to 10:05. Why would they release it on Good Friday? All right, guys, opening bell in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's see what happens. We got about 750 people here. So what's up, team? Hope you guys are doing well today. Market's starting to break down. So we did break that trend here. A lot of the time this will hold. So we're going to see if we bounce into this rejection maybe. Carvana's still pushing up some. I'm kind of frustrated they're doing it on Good Friday because I cover this data. I want to cover it. It's good for channel, you know. Again, less than a minute or less than 2 minutes before the data comes out. All right, guys, bouncing up a little bit here. to make it bad Friday. Yeah. Potentially. Disney rip it up, though. Look at Disney breaking highs up to 97.50s right now. Apple just ripped up as well. Apple at 159.30s here. So Apple's popping up. What day is Easter? Carvana at 10, basically, right now. SPY still dipping down, right about to hit the volume weighted average price level. I'm really tempted to buy this up, but we got less than 45 minutes until the market opens. So again, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, guys. Hit the notification bell. Again, the micro E-mini pumping up a little bit, or bouncing up small, but it's been mostly weak over the last couple minutes. The opening bell's in about 20 seconds, guys. About 20 seconds. Good luck. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get ready to trade. All right, here's the open. There's the opening bell right there. Market pushing up a little bit at the first candle, but that candle usually doesn't mean anything. Yeah, there's the reversal back down. And testing the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price on the SPY just quickly broke below it now. GameStop at 26.80s, 27s right now. So GameStop making another leg up push. Apple moving up a little bit as well. I'm tempted to buy the dip because of some strength and some other stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one contract here. Get my trade day started early. Luckily, the range on the day I'm noticing is very small. We might add a little bit more to this. 2 contracts now. Again, I'm noticing Apple very strong today. That's why we bought this up, is because I thought potential could happen there. But Tesla looking very strong. Just broke 200s again. All right, slightly green on the trade now. Need a little bit more from this. I want to give it some more time. It also could be a very flat open, though. I mean, that's not going to be super surprising. I don't like that down wick just now. I'm going to cut that. Yeah, so we cut that right in time. That big up wick was scary looking, and Tesla completely dumped back down here, so we cut that just in time. Big reversal happening, so we will pivot to a more short-based strategy if we start to get bear action. All right, so yeah, we're going to give it a little bit of time and then short a little pop. Got to give it a little bit of time, though. All right, a few red candles. We don't really have the extension that we want to play off of this yet. I think Tesla still looks kind of weak, though. So we'll take 2 contracts here and then maybe add a little bit more if we get a bounce back up. But there we go. Got a little bit of a breakdown. Go ahead and take half off there just to lock it in. See if we get a larger, more profound flush back down, which looks like what we're getting. There we go. Go ahead and take that off at the bottom. So yeah, we're flat on the day. We just made money back. We'll see if we get another little bounce that we could short into. got a little bit of a bounce up quickly here, but nothing that I'm really wanting to go long into. I'm going to short this a little bit more and then maybe add a little bit more. There's also a chance that it just fakes out constantly because of the Fed meeting today. You know, there's a chance that we just get faked out a bunch over and over again. We'll look to add a little bit more if we get a little bit big, larger bounce here. The problem that, okay, there we go. That should be good. Tesla's starting to look weak. We're going to add a little bit more to this. All right, again, about flat on this trade, flat on the day really right now. Tesla did bounce some, which I don't really like, so I will get ready to cut this too if it continues to push up heavy, and maybe we'll reevaluate it at the top. But what I don't want is a red to green move. Like I said, we can trade this and be okay with maybe shorting into a bounce there because we're down, or we're basically break even and flat on the day. But I'm not going to let it go too long. All right, we're flat on the trade. Slightly green, but not enough to take profit. We'll let it work a little bit more. I just took a little bit of it off. Might short a little bit more into a bounce up to that up wick here. There's 3 more contracts. Added the size right back. Immediately got the flush. We'll take another half off there. Did Carvana get halted on the downside? The only problem right now, one of the reasons I'm going to take another one of these off, and again, we are green on the day now, is that Tesla just broke over the 200 EMA, and that might pull the market back up. Apple's still green as well, some here. Yeah, Tesla looks like it's going to do a red to green move. I'm going to cut out the rest of that. So, yeah, we're about break even on the day, which is fun. I see Tesla starting to push back up towards 200. If Tesla flushes under the VWAP, we might, yeah, look at that. So we avoided that big move on the upside. If Tesla flushes down quick, then maybe we'll consider it. But Tesla is starting to move here. And again, I just didn't want to get stuck in a red to green move, which I think with the more Tesla moves up, there's Tesla at 200 right now. Apple testing highs. No, I think GameStop's great. Tesla just ripped over 200 plus. No, there's the red to green move that we avoided with our short trade, which is nice. And we will pivot back to long if we start to test the top previous closing price level. It really depends on what Tesla does here, to be honest. Looks like AMC gave back a lot of its gains, but now we're basically flat and neutral. Let me pull up Microsoft. Microsoft's starting to rebound back up, but it's so high up over the last couple of days. I think the extension's on the upside. All right, so again, we're kind of in the neutral zone now. Tesla got rejected at 200, so I'm not really super confident on the long side short term, but I'll let it work and I'll stay pretty flat leading up to this. For me, at least, I'm just going to kind of sit back and chill. So the rate hike is at 2 p.m. Right now, it is about 9:40. So yeah, it's in about 4 hours and 20 minutes. Not 5 hours and 20 minutes. The press conference is at 4:30, so, but the actual rate hike is at 2 p.m. Unless my math is off, right? So it's 9:40 market time. 9:40, 10:40, 11:40, 12:40, 1:40, which would mean 20 minutes. So it'd be 4:20. Everybody's favorite number. Market's pulling back a little bit now. Yeah, shadow trades. You're being a little toxic here, brother. You're trying to say I told you so. You're telling people, pressuring people to do different things, man. Like, you can have your own views and that's fine. And you might be right about them, but please don't pressure everybody else to do anything. Please don't try to shame people if they get the direction wrong or direction. Again, you'll get banned very quickly, man. Just giving you a heads up. Friendly warning, sir. Microsoft started to push up at 273s. 273s. Apple at 159.70s, testing the highs here. But a very flat open. Tesla reversed all the way back down, so we will pivot to a more short-based strategy here. I'm going to take one contract and then look to add to it if we do get a bounce back up. The problem, though, is that Apple, which is the most heavily weighted stock in the market, is testing highs and ripping up. All right, there's a rejection on Apple, so that might be good. But yeah, we got one contract, very small. Tesla's starting to test the lows of the day, but it really is a very sideways day so far. So slightly green on the short side here. We might add a little bit more if we get a bounce, but it depends on what we think some of these other ones we're going to do. There's two contracts here. Wanted to add at a higher level, but it got rejected fast enough to where, you know. There's the breakdown. We're going to go ahead and take half off there. Let the rest ride a little bit more. If Tesla really starts to break down and Apple pulls back enough, then maybe, you know. All right, beautiful breakdown here. We're going to go ahead and cover at the bottom. So green day so far, shorting mostly. Yeah, I mean, Microsoft is at 274s. The market's really not breaking down. Microsoft, most of the heavily weighted stocks are doing okay over the last 10 days. The market's dipping down today, but to put it into perspective, the SPY ripped up from 397s, 396s, 395s actually, all the midday yesterday, all the way to 399 today. We're still at 398, mid 398s here. So, you know, we're honestly pretty choppy, and I think we're going to get that chop up until the Fed rate hike decision, probably. Now, generally with the big economic releases, the market's pretty flat because they don't know which direction to take because the Fed rate hike might influence everything big. But we certainly look a little bit more bearish than bullish at the opening bell for sure. But again, I think that could be due to extension. It's also due to Tesla, which, again, to put it into perspective, Tesla was one of the best performing stocks yesterday. Tesla ripped up from 180s all the way to basically 200 at the open. And so I think Tesla was probably just a little bit extended heading into the open. They ripped up almost $15 a share over the last 24 to 36 hours. So it's not unreasonable to assume Tesla might pull back a little bit leading into it. All right, guys, market's pushing up a little bit. Shadow Tread says, I did not pressure anybody to do anything. Let's see what he said. Short it now, guys. Short it now, is what he said. Why are you not shorting? Why are you going long right now? You know, like, come on now, man. Good day to you, sir. We always got one person here being weird, dude. Cheers to you. Stay toxic, bro. You know. And in a day where the market's pretty flat, I think it's funny. Again, maybe we break down. We've actually agreed on the day shorting the market. Yeah, I say good day to you, sir. All the members here in chat, get out the good day to you, sir. Emojis. And again, I've mostly been shorting the market to put it in perspective. Microsoft push it up at 273.60s. Microsoft previous closing price is right at 273.80s. Let's see if we can break over the highs. How you think the Fed rate hikes? I think the Fed's going to do 25 basis points, almost certainly. There's a chance that they don't, but I think it's pretty likely. You think Bitcoin below 20K soon? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, and it's not about whether he's right or wrong. It's about how he's approaching it. You know, like I said, yelling at people to do specific things in chat. To put it into perspective, Shadow said yesterday that the market would dump yesterday. Market ended up ripping up pretty big percentages, and it's still up relative to what he said that. And so the point behind all of this is that it's really easy to give really vague predictions, and then when stocks make 0.25% moves, say, see, haha, I told you so. But that's misleading. And when you're pressuring people to listen to your picks, needing that validation constantly, it just turns toxic. It just turns toxic. That's not really what the channel's about. You know, if anybody asks me what I think is going to happen, I always usually tell people I have no idea what's going to happen, because I'd rather not influence people's trades super heavily in case I'm wrong. And I think that's the most effective way for people to learn. I think when you're pressuring people too much, saying, do this now, again, it just makes it really emotional for them as traders. And it's just difficult to, you know, really understand the market in that way. Yeah, 100% Rim. I think it's coping for being wrong, accepting being wrong is hard. 100%. Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people, like I said, it's been a weird situation where you've had a lot of people calling for an imminent crash over the last 2 months, and we haven't crashed at all over the last 2 months. Market's pretty flat, really, over the last couple months. But even still, people get mad at me for saying, hey, the market hasn't crashed. Microsoft started to pop back up, and again, the market might go green on the day. If it keeps pushing up. The SPY is about $1 underneath the green level. Tesla bouncing back up a little bit. I'm a little bit more tempted to short, though, because we're leading into the volume weighted average price in the VWAP. But of course, I have no idea what's going to happen here. Tesla pushing up towards the previous closing price as well. So I'm a little bit more likely to short this. I think I'm going to take one contract here and see if we reject, which we have so far. But it's very small, and I'm just in that cushion building stage of the day. It's been over 6 months. Yeah, the market's been mostly pushing up over the last 6 months. And so it's one of those things where, yeah, again, I'm not against bears. I'm against sensationalizing the market and telling people a crash is imminent every economic release, And I think it really does the opposite, where it's like they think they're influencing people, but whenever people scream the sky's falling and then it doesn't, I think it makes people trust that type of, signal less. But yeah, like I said, we're pretty neutral on the day right now. We're short. Market is, as we said, it might be completely flat on the day, basically completely neutral, right around the opening bell price. And we'll cut this trade too if we need to. We'll give Microsoft a little bit longer to break down, but again, we're green on the day right now. But after this trade, we'll be pretty neutral. We're up about the same amount that we're down. Yeah, we're gonna cut that. So yeah, we're pretty flat on the day now. We might have lost a little bit because that ran up too much, but I get a very sideways neutral market. Again, the SPY looks like it's pushing up towards the highs now, though, is the thing. And so again, if you were to listen to my guy Shadow, which is why I think the best course, guys, in chat is just to never pressure anybody to do anything. Microsoft at 274. Your DMs must be full of apologies. You would think so, but again, it's one of those things where people really don't like admitting they're wrong. So it's like if somebody called a market crash 6 months ago and the market pushed up from basically lows all the way to $400 plus sometimes. They were obviously wrong about their market crash prediction 6 months ago. But instead of being like, yeah, you were right, they call me a perma bull and just say, oh, well, you're permanent bullish, so it doesn't matter whether you were right or wrong. And it's like, well, I guess you could look at it that way, but in the end, most of the time it's just too rigid of a mindset. Market's completely flat though right now, guys. Just be careful. There's not much to do today. Here is the range of the market right now. So this has been the market price action since the open. That is the range of the market right now. Microsoft just dipped under the previous closing price. That's a pretty bearish sign. No, I translated it quick, pawn. It's all good, bro. It wasn't a friendly message, I'll tell you that. This is obviously somebody that's been banned before. Like I said, but it's like, if somebody banned me from a stream, dude, I'd never show up there again. The fact that people are creating alt accounts and just kind of, it's just odd. Let's see if Microsoft starts to break down. It's right around the volume weighted average price. We'll see if we get a rejection at the VWAP. That's possible for sure. But we got to wait for this range to break. I am a little bit more short biased today, though. I think the likelihood of a breakdown is a little bit higher. If the Fed does 25, you think it's bullish? I don't know. I don't know. I think there's two ways people could respond to 25. I think one of them is that they're sad it wasn't zero, and so they don't like the market. I think they could also respond with more optimism since it wasn't zero. But I think this is one of those rate hike decisions where I don't really know what the reaction is going to be. I think we'll probably do 25, but in terms of like reactions, I genuinely just don't know like how the market's going to respond. I think if it's zero, I think they're going to do 25 because I think if it's zero, they're going to have too many recession fears, or they're going to have too many inflation fears moving forward. I think if it's 25, if it's 50, they're going to have too much recession fears moving forward. And so I think 25 is probably the best outcome in terms of market reaction. But again, I don't even know. It could be a situation where people are just overwhelmingly expecting zero, which I think is not reasonable. But I think it could happen. I just think it's lower probability. But in terms of like what the reaction is going to look like, I really don't know. I think that it could go either way really here, and it's a little bit more nuanced than normal rate hike decisions where, you know, more aggressive is bad and less aggressive rate hikes are good. I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that today, but again, not 100%. Reminds me of my ex. She won't leave me alone. Finds all ways to get back in contact with me. Yeah, that's when you know they're emotional, though. These alt accounts people, they're just emotional, man. You know, they got the pride hurt, and you know, instead of moving on with their life, they just kind of obsesses, which is just strange. It's genuinely. I might talk about it too much. It's just an odd thing to experience. You don't understand it until it happens, and it's just weird. But like I said, I'm very blessed. This community's great, really is. Most people here are incredibly positive and cool. So I don't mean to seem like I'm complaining about it too much. If I am complaining, I'm a top 3 complainers in the world right now for sure. Microsoft started to test 273s here. I'm looking at Microsoft and Apple. Apple's been overwhelmingly strong since the opening bell. Microsoft has been basically completely flat, and the market has just been chop city. Tesla just recently broke back over the previous closing price, though. Sideways flush action, though. Not really much going down. Nvidia ripping up, man. Honestly, Nvidia's up so much over the last 6 months, dude. I'm a little bit too scared and wimpy to buy that, though. It's just so extended on the upside. I'm a little nervous about a potential pullback here, but I think it's good for the market. Let it push up. I'm happy for that. Market's starting to test the top again, right around the middle range. Again, very garbage market right now. Y'all just be careful. There's just no edge, in my opinion, currently. Again, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Top Step is the easiest way to trade. We got the Fed rate hike meeting. Top Step changed their rules where you can trade these big releases, I'm pretty sure. And what Top Step does is they give you a demo in futures. And if you can hit the target, their profit target, like the base one, you got to hit 3K. While following their rules. If you pass both phases, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. So if you make 20K, you keep 18 of that. And this is a company that's regulated by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Once you're funded, you're regulated. That is. They pay out millions of dollars, and actual traders withdrawing millions of dollars from them every year. That fund thousands of traders. It's just the easiest way to test yourself and take some risk in the beginning. Like most new traders lose, but it's a lot cheaper to lose a funded account program than it is to put up 15K yourself and lose that. And there's no PDT in futures. And so it's a great introductory to futures. The base one's 140 bucks. If you lose, it's not the end of the world, but if you're good enough as a trader and you can pass it, then they fund you legitimately 50 grand. And this is the most legit futures program in the world. In funded accounts, they've been around for over a decade. And again, if you want to check them out, here is the link. Easiest way to test yourself. You know, if you try to trade stocks the same way, you're going to need at least 25K. But in futures, there's no PDT restrictions, so you can day trade in short with a margin account in futures. And again, this is the cheapest barrier of entry to do so. You still have some pressure, you know, pretty unique situation, I think, and helps new traders learn. It's something I wish I had in the beginning, but yeah, there's the link. Check it out right there. Again, Apple's starting to bounce at the volume weighted average price. SPY is completely flat right now, though. Neutral day. And again, we kind of expected this leading into the rate hike decision here. It's kind of what we expected. Understandable that we're sideways and choppy right now. Tesla breaking down, that might drag the market down short term. But again, there's just no edge in this, in my opinion. It's just so sideways. I just don't see much of an edge at all here. Does the link get your kids some ice cream? Kind of. I mean, we make good money on this YouTube channel, if that's what you're asking, you know. But I mean, we get, you know, hundreds of thousands of clicks every month. So, I mean, anybody that does that's going to make good money. NVIDIA just broke highs again at 969.40s. Yeah, Tesla looking weak. I mean, again, Izzy, think about extension, Izzy. Again, a lot of people look at it unreasonably, I think. But like, and again, I'm trying to help, so I hope you understand. But like, put up a 10-day chart of Tesla and look at the extension over the last 3 days. Now, Tesla has popped up from essentially 163 lows on the 13th. So, you know, 9 days ago, it was at 160. Tesla tapped $200 this morning. It's not going to maintain those upward moves forever. Eventually, you're going to get a necessary correcting pullback. You know, like that's gonna happen eventually, and that's not an unreasonable expectation. And I think that's probably what we're getting right now with Tesla. I think it ultimately depends on what the Fed meeting, you know, what happens during the Fed meeting and what Jerome Powell says. But I think it's just extension on the upside short term. You know, it's not unreasonable to expect a pullback. They're not going to go up forever, in my opinion. And Tesla's had a very strong week or two. It's not the clicks that matter, but quality. You are the top 1%. Considering stats in the field where the majority always lose money. I'm actually better at swing trading than I am day trading. You know what I mean? To be completely real, I'm probably better at swing trading than I am day trading. You know, like really, we're just an economy channel here, so we cover economic data. But my swing trades have been very accurate, very profitable. And I am green on the year and on TD Ameritrade. So, but yeah, it's a mix, but we're green on the year in terms of swing trading on TD Ameritrade for sure, and day trade. I mean, we're green on the year net in our account. How come you're not swinging the banks? I think there's too much risk of a bank contagion moving forward. And so regardless of the potential reward, and I think it's high risk, high reward trade for swing trading in banks, but I think there's a risk of a trickle effect in a broad banking. The only thing I would consider swing trading is the big four banks: Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and what's the other one? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citigroup. Citigroup's the other one. So those are the only four I would consider buying the dip on. But I think there's risks of like a spread of banking weakness. So that's the only reason I'm staying away from it. And I think regardless of the potential reward, I got to go into account preservation mode. I'm also waiting for this rate hike to finish first before I take any positions in that. I've been pretty quiet the last couple of days in terms of swing trading. And JP Morgan is Chase. All right, guys. So we will be back later on today. Again, we'll start the stream a little bit early, so be ready. Market is completely flat and choppy right now. I just don't know if there's a big edge in this. So, yeah, we'll see what we get, guys. Also, guys, before we check out, you want to know another reason that we're pretty solid traders is Chart Prime. Chart Prime incredibly useful. Like, look at their alerts today alone. Like, look at just today's alerts. What Chart Prime does is Chart Prime is a trading view indicator service where they give you custom alert signals. They automatically document support or resistance. They show you chart patterns, and it's a trading view indicator. So you can use it in stocks, crypto, forex, and futures. It's called Chart Prime. Look at the signals today. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They are a sponsor of mine, but I can't fake what I'm about to show you. And so check this out. Look, it shows you where candlestick patterns are. So you can see a bullish hammer candle, but it also shows you a reversal signal there, right? Look at the upward movement we got. So we got the reversal signal in the bullish hammer candle, upward price action, basically over the next like 45 minutes or so. Reversal down here, downward price action over like a 30-minute period. And we can keep going back here. Look at pre-market as well. It worked fairly well. Look, you got the reversal up signal here in the bullish engulfing candle. Usually when you can find two of them together at once, it's powerful, right? So look, reversal up signal, bullish engulfing candle, we get a bounce over the next like 15 minutes. Reversal down signal here, we get a couple minutes of downward action. The bearish hammer candle literally at the very top of this, And so this can be powerful, man. If we keep scrolling back and look at yesterday, look, reversal down signal here, you get drops. And again, it's 40% off right now. So it's literally 40% off. So it's like $35 a month. So very, very cheap. Look, same thing here. When you get two of them showing up together within like 5 or 10 minutes, nice drops over like a 15-minute period. Again, bearish engulfing candle here, 3 big minutes of downward price action. And so again, I can't fake any of this here. Price action. You can look at this as well. We can zoom in here. Look, reversal down pressure here, drops, reversal down here. This one maybe didn't work, but that's one out of what, the last like 10? Or well, that's one out of what, the last like 6? This one didn't work either. This one worked as well. But look at this, literally right at the bottom. It's not going to work every time, but look, reversal up, a bounce over the next like, what, hour or so? And again, we can keep scrolling back here and looking at their accuracy. Look, bearish engulfing candle, literally right at the top. You get downward action after that. You zoom out a little bit more. At the very bottom of yesterday's range, they called the reversal up. Look, you get the reversal signal there, bounce over the next, I don't even know how long that is, hour plus. You keep looking at this yesterday. Look, reversal signal at the very top of the range as well yesterday. They called the very top of that too. Drops. And so I can't fake this here with Chart Prime. And you can use them on any time frame realistically. Look, same thing here. I didn't even see this one. Bullish engulfing candle, bounce over the next 30 minutes. Bounce here as well over the next few minutes. Look, the very top of this one was called out as well. And again, I can put up an hourly chart as well. So it's not just 1 minute candles. I can put up literal longer term time frames and look at the potential reversal signals here. And it can just be pretty powerful, guys. Look, so over the last couple of days, look at this one. Reversal up, you get a bounce over days. Let's look at recently here. So look at this one. A couple days ago, they called this reversal up signal on an hourly candlestick pattern. And over literal days of price action, look at the bearish engulfing candle literally at the very top here. And so again, this is $35 a month. I'm not saying you should base your trades only around this. And again, they are a sponsor of mine, so I'm certainly biased in their favor, okay? And they pay me money, so I'm certainly biased in their favor. But pretty big edge I think they can give you if you use it right. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They also have chart patterns as well. So they'll show you literal chart patterns. If I put this up and I put up the chart pattern link here, check this out. We zoom out here. Look at the chart patterns they'll show you as well. Look at the wedge pattern they'll show you here as well. So pretty dope. If you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel. And I think it's a little bit of both. I think you can find an edge in all of it. You can use it in crypto as well. Like, look, here's Bitcoin. A lot of like, if you look on BitGet where they have like copy traders, a lot of copy traders use chart prime and stuff like this. Because I mean, look at the edge it gives you. Like these are hourly candlesticks, and it shows you like the very bottom, the very top, on a 1 minute basis for scalping cryptocurrency. I'm pretty sure you can use it as well here. Let me find this. So yeah, look at the scalping that it gives you here. So scalping. So you can even look at the ones where it follows through for at least a minute afterwards, right? Possible reversal up here, bounce. Bearish engulfing candle here, drop. Possible reversal down signal here, drop. Possible reversal down signal here, drops. And so scalping on it, I know a lot of crypto copy traders use stuff like this. So again, Chart Prime, check it out. You can use the link in the description. Again, the link in the description might say 20%, but it's actually 40% off. Let me fix that right now. And yeah, guys, good luck. I'll be back later on. Love you all. Y'all be safe. I'll see you guys later. Good luck.